Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AIrtight Boxing. I'm Jordan Kurtz, sitting here alongside George the Buzzsaw Martinez. We are here at the Eclipse Event Center off of Sheridan here in Denver, Colorado, bringing you a night full of pugilistic action here in the boxing ring. Georgia, we've got 11 bouts on the schedule here tonight. How you doing?
Oh, great. I'm excited for these, man. Some of these fights, just watching these guys go at it, I can't wait.
Oh, certainly. We've got a mix of pros as well as elimination bouts in the mix. There is plenty to be taken in for this rapid fire card. The crowd is filling in here. They've got lots of food trucks outside. There's some festivities that are happening all about the town this weekend, it being the holiday weekend. Lots of action going on all across the city. So, it's great to see, though, that this show is being supported on this holiday weekend, and we've got a lot of people here in the venue.
Yeah, it's filling up nice. A lot of good energy. I feel like it's going to be a really good night of fights as well.
Absolutely, and I feel like, Georgie, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like over the course of the last couple of years, boxing has had a bit of a resurgence within the modern lexicon.
Yeah, I would agree with you, honestly, yes.
And, I know that some of the purists out there balk at the idea of some of these gimmick matches or some of these celebrity-based shows or whatnot. And while I understand that from the purist aspect, I totally understand where you have your gripes, and I hear your arguments. But I would also argue that at the same time, these types of shows, whether it be like the Triller cards, the Misfit show that happened yesterday, they're bringing a lot of eyes to the boxing product that wouldn't have otherwise been there. And they're maybe reintroducing a lot of eyes that maybe went somewhere else and they went and followed MMA for a while, but then these MMA guys who are getting into boxing are re-attracting those eyes back to the squared circle.
No, I agree with you. That I think the marketing that they've been doing for boxing, has really played out well for them. They're bringing a whole bunch of new, we'll say, fans into the boxing world now, coming from YouTubers, coming from wrestling, fighters, UFC. A lot of attention has been being brought up to boxing now with all these different promotions now. Now there is a little bit of we'll say, argument that, some of these aren't real boxing. But at the end of the day, I think it's a very good marketing tool that they still made, and it still benefits for a lot of other promotions as well,
From the awareness aspect, sometimes you need a hook. You need a hook.
Yes.
You need something to be able to draw people in. And then from there, hopefully they watch that card where you say, okay, well, yeah, this was an exhibition bout, so by technicality, was it a real match?
Right.
No, but you want to have the hope that they were that drawn in or they had that great of an experience while taking in your product that they want to return for more in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
And then that's where on those undercards for those shows, you're going to have a little bit more of the spectacle main events at times, but those undercards are going to be actual legit rising prospects.
Real
those
fights.
are the real fights that you want to follow. So while they may not be getting a top bag, they're getting a big level of exposure by being on those cards. So I think it's uplifting all the way around. And while I do want to say I recognize the argument from the purists that they hate the whole Jake Paul angle or they hate seeing the shows like Misfits and those things of that sort, but I will argue that that boxing match yesterday between Darren Till and Luke Rockhold, that was thoroughly entertaining. It was a first round that was full of back and forth action. Luke got hurt, was able to get back up, and then gets finished following that and gets flatlined. And yes, are they top ranked, top of the world boxers? No. Not by any means, not by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like I saw that shared across every boxing and MMA or every combat sports related page for that matter.
Yes.
You saw that finish.
Yes, and it's trending right now. You woke up and it was on your feed. If you didn't watch the fight, it was already being on your internet, Facebook, Instagram, either one, And now there's people that are interested in it now,
Absolutely, and I feel like that's obviously something that has helped grow the sport or has helped it with this generation. And though it's not exactly the same, it's technically a different sport, but it's boxing adjacent. There's the bare knuckle world that's had its massive rise. that just a few years ago, that didn't even exist here. Like, that wasn't a real thing that happened in America. There wasn't
Right.
sanctioned fights until just a couple of years back with bare knuckle, to where now it's also providing the opportunity for fighters such as yourself. You're coming off of a successful bare knuckle debut just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's just a whole nother opportunity that, you're still training a lot of the foundations of boxing, but it is different. There is different
Yes.
technical strategies, but there's a lot of things. It's same but different, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with that. And even that, with bare knuckle and the different promotions that they have, if you've noticed, each one has their own twist to just bring more attention. We got BKFC who has the octagon, then we got BYB who has the triangle. We got Dirty Boxing who allows elbows, so everything just has their own little twist, and it gets people going. They like seeing that. They like violence,
Definitely. And I think just all of that to be said, those expanded avenues that have boxing as their root principle or as their root foundation and discipline, I think those have helped steer the ship back in the right direction. Because, I do think that it's fair to say that there was definitely a lull for a little while. There was downward trending in terms of the business numbers, but I think that things are on the up and up.
Yeah, I agree.
You have
Especially
one of
with
the
that bare
biggest
knuckle
fights
now.
Oh yeah, and then in just regular boxing, you have one of the biggest super fights that we've seen of this generation. That's going to be happening in just a couple of weeks on Mexican Independence Day weekend with Canelo and Crawford.
Ready looking into it. Hey guys,
Yeah, as far as this card tonight, in front of this packed house that we have here at the Eclipse Event Center, talking about a couple of guys on the card. In the main event, we have a pro boxing matchup between Marcos Rodriguez out of DCO MMA, and he's taking on Gino the Russian Concussion Shvedov. Gino, this is going to be his second trip to the boxing ring as a professional. His first fight was a draw against one of the Dudo brothers. Gino is a guy who I just think is one of those stories that within the combat sports world and within life in general, he's a story that people should know about.
Yeah.
His success story, or the way that he has had his redemption arc, if you will, as the kids say, that's something that is out of a movie, basically, right? If you really want to get down to it, there's people who have done less in their life that have had full-on motion pictures written about them.
Yeah, no, I agree. That guy has gone through some stuff in his life and has not let that stop him to where he's at now, and he's a very successful young man now. Very family man. He got it all going on for himself now, man. Hats off to Gino for doing it right,
Absolutely, and as it is with a lot of guys who get into the fighting game, Gino got into a little bit of trouble when he was younger on in life. However, fighting was an outlet within his recovery and his reintegration within society.
Yes.
He then is able to join a gym, takes on the world of MMA initially, and was really a wrestling specialist for a long time.
Yeah.
But through just a constant effort and diligent just rep after rep after rep, session after session, Gino then started to develop his striking game. Well, as a guy who got into fighting a little bit later in life, he went on to become an amateur MMA champion.
Yeah, that is
And
correct.
beat a very storied striker at that, who the odds were certain he was the large underdog for that fight.
For
Goes
sure.
out there, defies the odds, wins an amateur championship, turns pro, and ended up 3-3 as a professional MMA fighter before transitioning into the boxing world. But again, for somebody who got into fighting past his 30s, who did have kind of the tumultuous background in the sense that he did, to have gotten into fighting and to have went on to go and become an amateur champion and to have wins as a professional and fight for recognized promotions like Fury FC, that's a lot more than most who try to do this from a young age and make that their long-term goal never can accomplish some of those sorts of things. When you couple that with who Gino is outside of the cage, Gino has accomplished so much more on the outside. Gino is a very successful business owner here in the community, and as mentioned, he did have some trouble when he was younger, but he did not let those demons be something that defined him for life. He decided that, okay, if I get the chance to get out of here and go make this right, I'm going to do so, and I'm going to help people in the process. Gino owns a chain of sober living facilities, Hazelbrook Sober Living, where he helps people who are in similar circumstances as he was be able to get back to regular life and to be able to figure out, how can I be a successful contributing member of society? And over the last few years, the way that his portfolio has blown up as a business owner, it's tremendous to see. He's got a healthy young baby out there, and Max, his wife Jess, is a world-recognized endurance athlete out there. So again, I know I'm speaking a little bit heavy on the Gino side here, but Gino is our main event, and just wanted to give him some love in the process and recognize some of the things that he has done, and have to do so because of how many people he's helped in the process.
Yeah, gee, it's a really good matchup. I've trained with both of these guys, man, and they have some similarities as far as like that collision motion where they're going forward. You know, they don't really step back too much. They all go forward. So I'm really excited to see how that fight turns out to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Marcos is a gamer. Marcos is going to go in there, and he is not going to just lay down by any means for Gino. No, he's going to go out there, and he wants to go say, all right, I'll see your effort and I'll raise you.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%. He's one that will match energy. You know, you got to put him down in order to let him.
We're just a few minutes away from getting after it here and starting the action at the Eclipse Event Center here for AIrtight Boxing. Folks, you can chime in on social media. You can hit me up on Instagram or on Threads at Comments from the Peanut Gallery. Georgie, where can people give you a follow?
You can find me on Instagram, George Bussell Martinez, or at name George.Martinez.188. Find me on Facebook, George Bussell Martinez.
And folks, we're going to be getting underway in just a moment. We're going to hit a quick break here on the broadcast and be right back to you as soon as we get started.
Cameras are live. Cameras are live. We are live. Cameras are live.
And MC in the building, getting the crowd ready to roll.
What's going on? All right, wait.
Some of the cage side officials that we have here this evening, we've got Chief Inspector Mr. Eric Hines in the house. We've also got Oscar Martinez. We have Referee Belair. We have Mr. Lang Myers, an official cage side as well, along with Armando Castro, going to be a referee tonight.
So are we going with the other guy every time? What corner comes out first?
All right, we're about to get started here with the first fight.
Play the music, but don't have to walk yet. Play the music, don't have to walk yet.
All right, making his way to the ring for our first bout of the evening, we have Maxfield Perry.
Get him walking, play the music.
Maxfield Perry is making his debut tonight here as a professional. He is going to be taking on Mario Perez, who is sporting a 2-2 record here tonight.
What was that?
I like that kit. It's a slick looking kit for this debut right here for Maxfield Perry.
It looks like he's game, ready to bring it tonight.
Yeah. Turn. Hey, Hey, Mestis, take your mic off. Like, not off your mic, just put it up. Yeah, there you go. And we're on
And
you,
the first
Ken.
fighter of
We're
the
on you,
evening,
Ken.
representing Genesis Training Academy, we have Mario Perez.
And Olive, I'm kicking to you in 3, 2, 1. I'm kicking out. And back to you, Olive. Sorry. Hey, while this is going on, I'm going to go over real quick. I'm going to leave the camera on you, Kat, and I got to go check camera 5. And I'm going to you, Kat, 3, 2, 1. You're on camera.
This will be a 4-round welterweight bout. We're getting these official introductions underway in just a moment.
All right, get this first fight started.
And we've got Perez in the red corner with the black, yellow, and green trunks. Perry with the silver kit.
Perry started off really good, started countering. Looks like he's baiting him to come in and countering.
Mario trying to work the body right away.
Yes.
Looks like Perry's using a lot of feints in the process.
You gotta keep those hands up, throwing those feints as well.
Her right hand has already found its mark a couple of times, though, off of Perez's face. You could see the swelling and the bruising starting already. Just a few punches into the fight.
He's doing a great job measuring, too, when he gets him at distance.
Good right hand, though, off of that charge from Perez.
Oh, a good up top as well.
Perry's standing tall, and he's starting to get clipped.
Yeah.
Perry measuring a big right hand up against the ropes. Perez just slips out of major damage. Return fire from Perez. Going low, then working his way high.
Perez seems to like that overhand a lot, that left side overhand. He likes to set it up once he goes down low. Comes right up top with it. Here he goes again.
And Perry's got a low guard in the process, especially in tight quarters.
Yeah, when he's throwing those flurries, he seems to be dropping his hands. He needs to keep those hands back to his face when he's throwing.
Both of these guys finding some success, though.
Yeah, very back and forth. Very back and forth matchup.
Dirty boxing work in the clinch and tight space. Good left hand right there from Perez.
Oh, good work at that body as well.
The lead hand from Perez is definitely doing some work here in this first round.
Starting to find his rhythm now.
Good work to the body there from Perez. Starting to put that water in the basement, if you will. Return fire in tight spaces from each of these guys. Rotation in the clinch from Perry.
Yeah, Perry's doing a good job keeping pressure on him, though. He doesn't let his weight off of him, making it hard for Mario to throw strikes. But Mario's doing a good job with the looping punches, throwing hooks and overhands to find his target.
Oh, that's a good shot.
And it wasn't one that's gonna light up the ticker by any means, but there was a healthy volume thrown in that round. You know,
And
so I
they
think
add
that's
up.
yeah, absolutely. And both guys worked to the body a lot, so I want to see how that's going to factor in as we continue throughout this fight, and just knowing that, hey, is this something that actually was really doing some damage and is making them have to kind of get that second win, get that third win in the process? You know,
Body
does that
shots
start
are
to
no
drop
joke,
those
man.
hands even more so? And especially with Perez going to the body so often, you had Perry already starting with his hands low. Does that draw the hands even lower within his guard to where it sets up more shots up top?
Be interesting coming out this second round. Both start off with some strong jabs, trying to find your target. I think Perry should start looking more for lifting punches. Mario dips down low quite a bit. I think he could find some success with that lead or rear uppercut, even just leading with it.
Agreed. Big combination from Perez finds its mark. Return fire.
Good head movement on both
Perry's
parties.
in trouble. He just got clipped
Oh,
again
he
by a
got
hook.
hurt.
Hold. Hold until the end of the round.
Still looks a little dazed.
All of you are live.
Oh, nice uppercut.
The work that Perez is doing in
Wow.
tight space is beautiful right now.
He does a great job creating that small distance to sneak in those punches, whether it's an uppercut or those hooks over the top. Nice.
Again,
There's another of
uppercut
those
tight
uppercuts.
space.
That will go back to
And I feel like he is so much better suited where the action is taking place right here than Perry is.
Yes, Mario looks way more comfortable being that close up. And it looks like Perry's game plan is to just keep pushing him. And Mario just feels like he's at home there, finding his target, creating just enough distance to flip in those punches. Gets caught up over the top, though, with that.
Yeah, and it looked like a little bit of frustration of not being separated from Perez initially, and he just kind of sat there and he ended up eating a shot in the
Yes.
process.
But the referees say you got to defend yourself at all times.
You know, maybe it's also a little bit of frustration on the Perry side of crowding and fighting in this space.
Yeah, he
You know,
could be looking to wear him out as well, just having him carry his weight, you know? Keeps pushing weight on him, putting pressure on him. Mario attacking that body, doing a good job, mixing it up top. Does a good job. He gets to the body, and then once he gets him to defend the body, he always catches him up top for the most part.
Yeah, I just feel like Perry is the longer fighter. He would be better suited if he's trying to pick at range versus fighting in tight space right now where he's on the losing end of a lot of these exchanges. But maybe he's feeling something that we're not. Maybe it is strategic to say, okay, let's try to get this volume out of Perez right now.
Mario does seem to be looking like the fresher fighter, though, going into this third round.
And it does also have to be factored in that one guy is coming from sea level elevation, one guy is based out of Denver.
Yeah. Oh, that air out here is so much thicker to breathe, man. It's different for sure.
And I'm not entirely sure at what stage of the acclimation process or when Perry got out here, but that is something that is absolutely a factor that has to be considered when it comes to conditioning.
100%, man. And a day or two, even a week, is certainly not enough time to acclimate to the weather up here and the air, the altitude.
All in all, slugfest between these two guys so far.
Great fight, though. Great fight.
I would have to give the slight edge so far through 2 to Perez.
I would agree. I felt first round was very close. Second round, Mario started finding his target more.
Perez with a bit of a sense of urgency here in the third round. Big swings on the counter right now from Perry.
As now Perez is the one putting pressure. Oh, great right hand.
Another left lands and finds the smart for
Perez
Perez.
is finding his target, man. He's doing a great job. He mixes up the uppercuts, body. He goes to the body, goes up top. A couple swings and misses by both fighters.
Yeah, and as to be expected, as you get a little bit later on in the contest, things are a little bit more labored, but again, still so much heat being thrown with every punch.
Oh, yeah. You can still see him and hear him throwing all that into the punches. Cut an angle there.
Yeah, and
I
Perez
think Mario's trying to
definitely
cut that
do everything
angle
with
to
the
find his
footwork.
uppercut.
Exactly. If the guard is high, though, from Perry, he does have the potential of going to the body with the hook when he switches his angle, too.
Yeah, Perry seems like he's having a hard time bringing those hands back to his face. Even when he's down low like that, his hands are still not at his face. And that's why he's getting clipped with those uppercuts and those short punches.
I just think that this is kind of a phone booth fighting clinic right now for
Oh,
Perez.
yeah. A lot of dirty boxing right now.
Like, he's rolling so many of these shots so well. Like, he's not eating a whole lot of this flush. And he looks to be comfortable right there. He's going to find his opportunity just to slip and rip in just a
I think Perry should go back to measuring him. He needs to keep him at distance. I think he had a better chance of finding his target out at range. Mario has to find in or blitz in to find his target. If Perry can keep him at distance, I think he would have more success than just trying to put weight on him. This is where Mario wants to be. He's creating that little bit of space and finding his targets.
Oh, I agree. I think that it could be a combination of a couple of things. It could be, this is the pro debut for Perry. So there could be maybe just a little hiccup within the experience process there.
Yeah.
But it could also be he's tired.
Yeah,
A bit of potentially
definitely wearing it a
tired
little.
frustration, just as you well know. Well, fighting at range and keeping your distance and picking and being a sniper, that requires footwork. That
Yes.
requires a lot of energy and a lot of movement for you to be able to maintain that strategic standpoint. Now, that all being said, if you're already tired, your propensity to potentially be working in tight space is going to be higher. You're going to want to entertain that game from, okay, well, Perez wants to fight a little bit tighter. He doesn't want to move around as much. Well, I can kind of preserve myself by not moving as much, by staying in this tight space. And yes, I'm fighting his game, and I'm not getting completely throttled and hurt because in tight space, he doesn't have
to
the
create that power for
Exactly.
potentially a knockout. Yes, he is eating some shots, but it doesn't seem like anything that would put him out just because of the range.
So dare I say maybe a bit of preservation, but I think in this fourth and final round, he's really got, in this round here, you've got to have Perry really go out there and go for it.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
Perry's really got to get after it.
I agree. He's gonna have to keep those hands up, find their target. I think keeping him at distance is gonna be his best option. He needs to use his footwork right here
Big
when
right
he's getting
hand,
blitzed.
2 big right hands from Perez. Perez is trying to put him out.
Yeah, he sees it.
And he wants to find that left hand again.
Oh,
Left hand from
left
Perry
hand.
lands.
Yes, check hook right
Get
there.
a close up. And
Would say it looked like those fighters took a couple deep breaths right there.
Yeah, hey, they throw a
Oh,
lot of
yeah,
volume
they're
throughout this
throwing.
fight now. And Mario's, I mean, you can hear it. He's trying to put some extra stang on it. He wants to seal the deal here.
I think he sees a finish, man. He's going for it. He's throwing everything into those punches. It's just, can he find the target?
Good slip there
Good
by
slip. Yes.
Head movement has been good by Perry at range. He's just got to start to get active offensively.
Yes, offensively, I agree. He needs to be more active.
Big left hand.
he looked a little
He's
wobbled.
rocked. He's wobbled. He's hurt. He's hurt. Little cut over the right eye of Mario Perez.
It doesn't look like he's recovered quite yet.
No, he's trying to swing his way out of it.
Mario doing a good job keeping that pressure on him.
30 seconds
30
here.
seconds left. And they're closing out with a bang. Oh, these guys are throwing.
And you got to recognize the heart from Max Perry's side of things. He was hurt.
Yeah. Seems to be recovered now.
Got Pez dispensered again right there, though, by that left hand from Perez.
Perry's just having a hard time keeping those hands up, man. He strikes and then brings his hands back down. Even those little short punches that he's throwing, nothing's up to his face. As soon as they disengage, it's hard to bring those hands up to your face when they're down there. And Mario, by then, is already throwing the punch.
Yeah, just a situation of too little, too late with that final exchanges there.
Is this a 5 round? We're doing 5 rounds? Or are they taking takeoff? 4 rounds? Okay. A little bit of confusion, I guess, going on in the ring.
Gringo missed the memo. Fight's over. It happens.
Yeah, hey, every show has something, man. We always have a hiccup no matter where. It's hard to avoid those hiccups, you know?
Hey, I call all combat sports shows, whether it is pro grappling, Muay Thai, MMA, there's always a little bit of something that happens.
Yeah,
from
there's,
time to
there's
time,
things that
or-
we can't control. There's things that we can, but either way, they happen. It happens. It's just natural.
You know, one
this
time for a
business.
5280 show, we had I got to applaud our lovely ring card ladies for the initiative or the ingenuity in the process, but
Yeah.
the round 3 card somebody forgot to bring it. Whoever was in
Oh,
charge
no.
of bringing it, round 3 was gone. They took it upon themselves, Georgie. They both got in there and they walked around with the 1 and 2 because they said 1 plus 2 makes 3.
Oh, my God, the creativity. I would give it to them. Yeah, good for them.
That
Good
was
for them.
pro logic on the fly. I couldn't fault them.
A guy like me would have never figured it out.
Like, hey, I will hand it to you for being problem solvers.
unanimous decision, win by Mario Perez.
Yes, Mario Perez picks up that victory here tonight in the first bout of our show at Airtight Boxing here at the Eclipse Event Center. Mario Perez moves that record to 3-2.
2, 1, out.
Let me go grab this piece of paper.
And through one bout of action, how do you guys have things from home? You could reach out to us on the broadcast here on social media. That's me, Jordan Kurtz, at Comments from the Peanut Gallery on Instagram or on Threads. Georgie, where can people follow you?
You can find me on Instagram at George Buzzsaw Martinez. The @ name is george.martinez.188. Find me on Facebook under George Buzzsaw Martinez as well.
You got it right there. And while we're in the mix, waiting for these next fights to get introduced, Georgie, you're representing DCO MMA. You just had your BYB debut, your professional bare knuckle boxing debut. Went very successfully. Finished that by knockout. What's next for you?
I'm gonna do it again. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I still want to do MMA as well, but we got the ball going right now with the BYB, and I was really impressed with their promotion. I enjoyed it as well, man. I really found like this stomping grounds for me. MMA, I love MMA, but I get nervous. There's more weapons for me to think of here. With bare knuckle, man, I was at like a 2 when it came to my nerves. MMA, I'm like an 8, And I don't know, it's just more comforting for me. I had a great weight cut, I had a great camp, and everything went really well. So I'm actually kind of eager to get back in there. They called me already, and they wanted me back, this following up month. But I was like, yo, my hands hurt, like let me take a little bit of time to recover off of everything, even though it wasn't a long fight, man. Bare knuckle, it's a different sport, man. You do feel it the next day.
Oh, certainly. But all things considered, most times you were walking out with some lacerations in the process, and you came out pretty clean, all things considered. So I think that's a testament to the performance that you put on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not many people's ideas to get hit in there. It happens. Obviously, kind of expected to get hit in any combat sport, but yeah, our objective is not to get hit. I don't like getting hit, but I'll take a hit for sure. Part of the game. You gotta be able to take one just like you can give one.
Certainly. You're just hopefully giving them more than you're taking them.
Yeah, that's what you hope for, no doubt.
We're going to be moving along here to our second bout of the evening. We have a pro boxing bout with another debutante taking on an experienced professional. We have Solomon Colton, who will be taking on Ruben Arroyo.
Solomon's making his debut as well.
They were all close. But I told him, I was like, you have to get closer to 4.
MC of the evening, certainly having his time in the light, having a fun time.
I gotta get a headset on in. Crowd. I'm gonna get you. I can coordinate this way. I can also champions and talk to you. I want to get some shots while we're going with the crowd. And some cool things that you want. Let me get this out. That way we still going on.
So just giving you folks an update as to what's going on right now. There's an equipment malfunction in the ring that they're addressing, and hopefully they get that sorted out as soon as possible here, and we return to action.
All right, looks like we're back. Got the equipment situated.
Yeah, I got to make sure that the surface is safe for everybody out there. So glad that they're on top of that and the officials are addressing things there.
Okay, yeah.
Ruben, another guy representing Genesis Training Academy, I believe.
Yeah, making his walk out right now.
Yeah. Camera 2. And I'm going to you, Cat, in 3, 2, 1, now.
And a quick turnaround right away. Being right back, walking and escorting his teammate out there for Mario Perez. Taking a front row seat.
Oh, she should be in there already. Yeah. You're fine. You're good. You can move now.
And making his way to the red corner, we have Solomon Colton.
Good job, Olive. Yep. We're not ready for that. And now.
This is scheduled for 4 rounds in the welterweight division as well.
1, now. Cat, I'm going to come back to you as he walks in. And now.
Just turned around for the first time in about 30 minutes and see an entire sea of people behind me. It's great to see the fill in and the crowd support.
Really
that we have
filled
here for
in.
the show.
Yeah, this great venue. full venue as well.
Yeah, this is it's either the third or fourth show that our production company has done here for Airtight Boxing. This rapid fire show is, I mean, it's just another step in the evolution toward what we're doing as well as what they have going on here. It's an awesome product to be a part of in the process.
Cat, can you touch this guy? I'll check it. No, yeah, go back to the guy. Yep. I'll go to the main guy, the commentator guy. And you guys are back to normal.
All right, let's get this second bout started. Another professional bout.
Armando Castro, third man in the ring tonight. Got Ruben Arroyo in the blue corner, sporting the all-black kit with the white accents, and then you've got Colton coming out of the red corner with the white and blue kit.
Right away, starts off with strong jabs. Oh, flipped him on the way in.
Slip right away.
I think he got clipped him. I think he put him right on the chin. Oh, here goes again.
And it's kind of a reckless pressure forward from Arroyo right now in the process, and he's walking into damage from Solomon. But Ruben wants to get in his grill, and he wants to fight in a tight space, just like his teammate Perez did in that last fight.
He needs to be careful when he blitz in like that, especially with Solomon being so long.
And now Solomon, though, Solomon looks to understand his range, and he's staying a sniper from distance.
Yeah, that drawback was beautiful.
And that hook is so long when he's throwing it.
He's measuring him, finding his target. He steps back just out of range and then comes right in.
And he's clipped Arroyo a couple of times so far, but Arroyo tough and still in the pocket.
I will say Solomon needs to be careful with that right hand, though. He seems to be dropping it.
He seems to be dropping it, but I also feel like he's felt kind of the storm so far from Arroyo, and I don't know if it's maybe he doesn't necessarily respect the power that's coming back his way.
Yes, I think that's more where it's at.
And also just from a stance standpoint, Arroyo is kind of looking down and dipping his head, so if anything's coming over the top on that side, I feel like Solomon can see it. Maybe I'm wrong and misjudging that.
I mean, you know me, I'd rather play it safe, man. It doesn't cost you much to keep those hands up, but if it works for them, it works for them. Every fighter got their own style. And once in there, easier said than done, obviously.
Right hand finds its mark twice right there from Solomon up against the ropes.
Solomon's going straight down the pipe.
Arroyo looks like he's on a little bit of wobbled legs, but I can't tell if that's the natural course of movement. There we go right there. And it looks like, yeah, first round TKO victory here for Solomon Colton. Armando Castro stops fight here in the first round. It looked like a little bit of a dispute right away from Arroyo. You know, and from a fighter standpoint, I can understand where his protest comes and him saying that, hey, well, you didn't give me my 8 count, I didn't get knocked down, you didn't give me any of that opportunity. But also on the other side, in error or in lieu of fighter safety, I can't say that I fault the decision either from Armando Castro.
No.
You know, I don't think that things were going to start getting much better for Arroyo.
And he was on wobbly turf for a little bit, and a few times throughout the fight. You know, he's tough. He stayed up, but you know, I think the referee did the right thing. I think it's still the safety of fighters. As a fighter myself, I know we can be very, very stubborn. You know, we'll go out on our shield, but it is their job to make sure that our fighters go back home safe.
And while they are pros, I mean, this was the fourth combined fight between them as professionals. You know, so also looking out for the fighter safety on that end. I can totally understand where the call comes from referee Castro in that instance. And, you know, we talk about it on my show, whether it be on the MMA Plug or some of the other programs that I call fights for, especially these guys that are early on. This isn't a big money title fight. As a referee, if you see that it's heading in that trajectory and you have a chance to stop somebody from having to go face down, ass up, and taking that extra damage, then I'm one who advocates for I would rather see you stop at one punch early than one punch late.
Yes. And you know, that's just
Title
a
fight,
tough.
big money, hey, I will give you your nod.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just, you know, I respect the referees for what they do, but it's a tough job, man. You don't know when that last punch could be or couldn't be, you know?
And our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a great shot. Great shot out.
And a big victory tonight in his professional debut for Solomon Colton.
You're on you, Catherine. Scanning. Oh, really?
A little confusion of the operations in the ring right now. Big win from Colton, though. Like I say, he, as opposed to in that first fight with Maxfield Perry, where he decided to fight that tight space fight and decided to go with the route that Perez wanted. In this instance, Solomon Colton chose to fight his fight, stayed a sniper from long range, and was able to get it done in one.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, no, he looked great. He looked great. I thought he took very little damage in that fight.
And now we'll hear from our winner.
Very nice shot, Oliver. Very nice shot, Oliver. All right, I am on you. Yep. Catherine. Very good, Oliver. Hey, you got something going on with the camera, girl. One of your plugs is out. Yep, you're good now. Yeah, you're back. All right, I'm on you. Yeah, no worries. We'll get it. This guy, the announcer's not great. But he's in touch with us while it's going on. Okay, so he should be announcing good corner for hey, Olivia, no, get on him. And then tell him to face you.
And we're through two bouts on the evening, just about to walk out our third fight of the
Don't worry
night.
about it, Ollie.
Looks like we got a couple of undefeated fighters for our next bout.
Almost 20 fights of experience between these two guys. You have Jaquan Cardi taking on Graham Terrell. Cardi sporting a 9-0 record to Terrell's 10-0.
All right, we're gonna clip to you, Catherine.
You know what they say. Somebody's owed. Gots to go.
Yes, sir.
I'll be ready. And transfer.
Terrell just made his way inside the cage or inside the ring. Still in my MMA mindset, apparently.
Easy thing to confuse and say. I mean, I'm saying mix and match throughout the broadcast countless times each show. I'm calling action in a cage, I say ring. I'm calling action in a ring, I say cage. Making his way now to the red corner, you have Jaquan Cardi.
Not yet, though. Olive, we're on you. I'm going commentating now. Olive, go back to you. I like that shot. And we'll cut to you, Catherine. Is that them? Yes, it is.
And as more and more people continue to fill in here at the Eclipse Event Center for Airtight Boxing, Georgie, I'd love to see the support of these local shows like this.
Now,
Yeah, this great support system that they got going on here. I wouldn't say they got, if not sold out, a close sold out venue here.
You know, and especially on a holiday weekend, it's awesome to see.
good. I'm going back to you, Catherine. 3, 2, 1. Now, I'm going to the bottom.
And final introductions are just about to. Referee Balea, the third man in the ring tonight. And we're just about set to go underway for this third bout of the evening. A little confusion from referee Balea right there. You have Cardi in the orange and teal trunks. You have Terrell in the black and green. A lot more of a measuring out first minute in this fight so
Yes.
far compared to the last two.
There was no filling out process in the other fights.
But that's where you factor in the experience gap.
I agree.
Both fighters pumping some jabs. Gathering some intel here early on.
Yeah. Terrell seems to be using that jab just to find distance, while Cardi's using it to kind of gauge at the body. Maybe try to open up maybe something by going to the body, opening the topper. We'll see what his game plan is.
By stance, it'll be interesting to see how Terrell tries to solve this puzzle, because Cardi stands really tall in his stance.
Yes.
A little bit more narrow, whereas Terrell sits with a lower base and wider legs. Both fighters
Check
exchange a
hooks.
hook that they land. Looks like Terrell's looking to parry and punch a lot with that right hand too so far. Check hook, big lands from Cardi.
Got caught on the way in.
Cardi's super measured. Long right overhand just misses from Cardi.
Good right there, though.
Very close round. I would give the upper hand to Cardi just because I think he was landing a little bit more. This was definitely more of a filling out process for both fighters though during this round.
Agreed. A lot more measuring out throughout the course of that round, but I do think that you do have to give the edge to Cardi in the process. I think that if you were to say that, you know, was there significant damage done by either fighter in that round? No, but were there maybe a couple of more moments or exchanges that Cardi was the winner of? Yes, I would offer that much. And then also just the optics of who was walking forward and who was walking backwards the entire time.
Control of the center of the ring, correct.
You know, what I would like to see a little bit more from on the Cardi side is cutting him off.
Yeah.
He did a great job of holding the center throughout the majority of
He
that
had really
round.
good footwork too, you know. I think if he implies that measuring tool and cuts a little bit more angles, I think he can find his target more in the second round.
And again, hey, we're talking about the first round. You know, he's going through his process, but that it was one thing that if I were to offer a level of constructive feedback, that's what I would offer.
Yeah, and it looks like we're starting to get the pace to pick up here now. That check hook from the right. Yeah, that left hand's finding its target. Whether it's a hook or a jab that he's throwing with it. Very strong jab. Looks like we got some blood coming out of the nose.
There you go, just like that.
The right hand lands right back to that nose of Terrell.
It is right there. Right there, now. Right there.
Left hand from Terrell finds its mark.
Couple of jabs
She's
to the
from
cross.
Cardi.
Keep popping that jab. Set him up with that right hand. Set the right hand up. There you go, again. Push it below.
That left hand's really finding a home.
Snaps, it's fast.
Finish.
And now in the feints that Cardi's starting to throw, he's gaining big action. He's drawn a large amount of movement from Terrell in the process, which is opening up some of these scoring shots.
Yeah, he's been dictating the pace here for this second round. I don't think I've seen him take any backward steps.
Terrell's in trouble up against the ropes.
man.
He's trying to swing his way out. Wearing the splash zone. They're both wearing light
Yep.
colors.
I'm wearing white
Terrell's
today.
starting to unload. Excuse me. Cardi's starting to unload it.
Oh, yeah.
Cardi smells blood in the water.
I think we got blood on us. Oh, I got knocked down.
Jaquan Cardi.
He felt him on top of the head. Got a little bit of blood over here on the table now. He's back up. And then continue.
Count from referee Blair.
Right, pops right on it.
Cardi is trying to finish this here in this round.
He's gonna survive the
Terrell's
round.
swinging himself through it. Terrell survived the
through.
round, but on wobbled legs, getting back to his corner, he has a small time to be able to regroup and get himself back into this fight. The officials with a close eye on him.
Looks like he might be calling the medics. No. Nope.
Just asking for the cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you both on hands.
Yeah, Cardi ended that round really strong.
Now, I want to see how Cardi recovers from that sprint at the end, too, as well.
Yeah.
Granted, he's in a much better position being on the offensive end of that exchange, but there is also the real element in any sort of fight when you don't put somebody out, and it looks like it's over.
Fight's over. Yeah, I think that might have been the right call. That was. I'm surprised he got up from that knockdown. Not taking anything away from him, but that was a hard knockdown. And to continue, and that flurry that was unleashed on him, stayed on his feet. But again, at the end of the day, we want these fighters to go home and still be able to fight coming up in their career.
Certainly. And yeah, I think that Jaquan Cardi, he was really starting to find his rhythm and starting to settle in. And it's not to say that you can't come back in a fight, right?
Correct.
If you're Terrell, if you're Graham Terrell. And it's not to slight him by any means,
No,
but by
not
the
at all.
way that things started to look and with just the measuring that Cardi was continuing to have,
Yeah.
he never took a step back the entire time, George.
Not one time.
So I think some of the optics of potentially what Terrell's corner along with the referee saw is like, this is the chances of this turning around. It's going to have to be something of freak circumstance away
How
from
much,
Cardi.
much damage would he have had to take,
Are we willing to go through to be able to potentially come out on
Yeah.
the other side here? Is that juice worth the squeeze right there?
Right, exactly. And again, not to take anything from Terrell, obviously I respect anybody that gets in there. But yeah, Cardi was just fighting his rhythm in that second round. And if he would have came out that same way that third round, I don't potentially seeing it going any better that third round for him.
Absolutely. And I mean, to give all the credit to Graham in the world, coming into this fight, he was 10-0.
Yeah.
So I think that if anything, that shows you just how great of a prospect that Jaquan Cardi is.
Very composed throughout the whole fight.
And congratulations to Jaquan Cardi picking up that win here tonight at Airtight Boxing. That moves his record to a perfect 10-0.
Yeah, that was a great performance by him too, against a very worthy opponent.
Yeah, I mean, that's a performance that you walk out of here and they're hanging and swinging, Bubba.
Yeah.
Because from the looks of it, you took next to no damage and you went out there and you had a highlight reel finish. Technically, it wasn't finished on the knockdown itself, but might as well have been being within the short time clacker of the round and then it being called while on the stool.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Use it now.
Our next bout of the evening, we have Abdur Rahim Abdullah.
No.
I believe Abdullah represents
Grab behind you, Cat.
triple threat boxing in Colorado Springs.
2, 1. Olive, get the ring roll coming in on this one. Get the ring roll coming in on this one. Follow the ring roll. Follow the ring roll.
This fight is scheduled for 6 rounds of super lightweight action. Making his way to the red corner, we have Anthony Chavez. Chavez sporting a 12-4-1 record coming into the contest, respective to Abdullah's 4-7.
Let him walk the Cat. Hey, Olive. Hey, yep, I'm right here.
This will be our last pro fight before we move on to some amateurs.
But you can hear the guy better in the middle there. Is that cool? Can you hear that, DJ? Alright, yeah. Olive will be honest. She can hear him better. Cut to you in 2, 1, now. Yeah. So once he says the guy's name, tell the DJ to introduce him like a meeting. I'm gonna go split screen, both of you are live. Hey, Olive, can you go to your corner, please? Olive, go to your corner, please. Zoom in just a bit. All right, Cat, we're going to go full shot. Cat, or Olive, go full shot. Good.
Armando Castro, third man in there tonight. Chavez definitely brought a crowd tonight.
Right off the bat, he's throwing straight jabs, very strong.
I love that when the longer fighter uses the jab. I mean, I know that it's something that coaches probably go crazy with, just repeating themselves time after time after time.
He's fast with that jab, and he changes it to a hook real fast as well.
great jab is one of the best weapons in any combat sport. Fuentes
Movement by
using a little
Adore,
bit of
though.
that shell.
Adore's moving out of the way of these targets for the most part, man, but needs to find rhythm in his offense now. A little big on those feints or on those flinches.
Yeah, and one thing that Chavez is able to do so far, where I feel like he's had the success when he starts to unfold his offense, is he's getting him to be able to stop his feet.
Yeah. He's getting him to bite on the feints, too.
I'm
Like,
glad
he
that you
caught
I put that on a tee for you there, Georgie. I was going to say, how do you stop their feet, or what is he doing to stop his feet in the process? Well, he's using a great mix-up of different feints, head movement, and angle changes in the process.
Jabs, both fighters. Chavez trying to push him into the corner, maybe. Good movement.
Abdullah getting some respect, though, in process. Huge body shot there from Chavez.
Jordan needs to do a better job just setting up those punches, kind of just throwing out there. He a couple of swings and misses. Use that jab to maybe set that up instead.
Through one round of action, pretty competitive back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth for sure.
If you were in the red corner here with Chavez, what are you offering for him, Georgie?
If I was with Chavez, I would tell him to read those feints a little more. I feel like he's getting him to feint. He's not really, either he's not reading him correctly or he's not going off of what he needs to, right? Like, he got him to feint to the body. He brings his hand down, but he attacks the body again. I think he needs to find a way to read his opponent. I mean, obviously easier said than done, but every time I've seen him feint, he gets him to bite, he just needs to react, you know, and kind of a guessing game because you do got to guess, you know, if he's going to react the same way or not. He's getting a good job on those feints. He just needs to, you know, move off of those.
Very well said. A couple of jab exchange to start the second round.
See, he's
Chavez
throwing those
forwards and front
feints.
Just looks comfortable in the pocket. He's using that shell stance.
Chavez looks relaxed.
Exactly, where he's just kind of waiting for the action off of Reem to be able to throw, and then he's countering off of it.
See, there goes that big movement on those feints again.
And like you said, though, I would like to see him then, okay, use that same feint, but throw off of it the next time.
It seems like he is reacting almost in the same way when he's feinting. So if he either comes up top, feinting to the body, I think he can find target. Good jab to the body.
Just missed from the lead hook. Abdullah doing a great job of holding his ground, though.
He is, he is. And that jab is doing some damage, too. You know. I would like for him to keep using that jab though. Couple of deep breaths from Abdurov, so I don't know if that body shot landed or not, but took a couple of deep breaths right after that, and then the mouthpiece came out.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a savvy little vet trick, right?
Yeah.
Get you a couple of seconds of recovery.
Try to go right back to that body.
Sometimes too, with the way that with the stance that Chavez has, and when he's throwing from the hip, that significantly changes the trajectory in which those punches are coming in. Which
Oh, yes.
it definitely that plays a lot of tricks on fighters' minds when you're seeing something or when you're getting hit from an unorthodox angle.
Yes, 100%. Second Parkers. Another close round.
Now, on the flip side, if you're in the triple threat corner, if you're over there with Abdullah, what are you offering for your fighter here going into this next
I
round?
would like him to set up his striking a little bit better. He can use that jab, maybe set up his cross or to the body. He's been throwing a lot of like uppercuts to the body, but he's throwing them a little bit naked. I would like him to use that jab, maybe more feints, footwork, and find his target by doing that. Otherwise, the jab is landing for him, but we need more than that, right? We're not going to win a fight off of just jabs. Is to use that jab, find his cross, maybe find an angle, go rip that body, maybe go back up top.
Great analysis there from the buzzsaw, George Martinez.
Good body shot there.
A little bit of intensity picked up there from the Chavez side.
Measuring out by Chavez too. Door's in there though, he's throwing.
One, 1-2 from Abdullah, followed up
Little
by a
uppercut.
combination. Yeah. Couple of jabs from Abdullah.
I think Chavez should start looking at parrying that jab. Door's only throwing that jab very consistent. I feel like if he starts parrying, going over the top, he can find some success there as well. Oh, good
Big
uppercut
right
by
hand.
Abdullah.
That might have been the strongest shot of this fight so far, Lionel.
Agreed. Good body work right there by Chavez. Mouthpiece again. Kind of,
Off the body shot.
yeah.
Be interesting to see. Okay. Didn't know if maybe we were going to get a warning from the referee on that for spitting out the mouthpiece or not.
Going back to that body. Both fighters.
That body shot that Abdullah landed looked like it lit up a little bit of a fire in Chavez's eyes. Kind of gave him the little shake off, which for those of you who haven't ever paid attention while watching a fight, if you see a fighter smile off a shot or kind of shake their head, That usually
They
means I
felt
landed.
it.
They
Yeah,
felt
they
it.
felt it.
Press it. That's where you are. So when I go to two, you know,
Chavez throwing heavy shots. I feel like I would do. Oh, good shot right there.
on camera two here. I might want to load camera.
That's
two.
Right
certainly
back
got
to
the
the
attention
body,
of the
going up to the top. Great ladder work.
Oh, I can switch to it. And then you
Now's where you, for Chavez, you want to start to do some cutting off of the ring.
There you go. Now we're picking up the pace here. 10 seconds left.
the other one with still shots here.
Strong finish to the round there for Chavez.
Yeah, that might have been to steal the round.
Still shots. All right.
It looks like we do have a little bit of a cut. It's either a little cut or
Top
just a
of the
little scratch
nose.
right above
Yeah,
the eye.
yeah, I saw that. A little bit of swelling on the right side too of the eye.
Now, that all being said, when you've had a couple of rounds and, you know, you've definitely had enough time to fill it out, proverbially speaking,
Yeah.
what are you offering for Chavez in this moment now as we approach this here fourth round?
I think at this point he needs to do a little picking his shots now. You know, start off light but end strong. You know, throw a little flurry, not any power shots. Once you see the opening, go ahead and take that opening. You know, I think he has the upper hand on that pressure, and it looks like he found his rhythm towards the end of that round. So if he can keep that up, I think he can find a lot of success in this round.
Agreed.
Abdur still coming out strong. Still popping his jab. Beats one right there.
Hey, Oliver, can you zoom in a little bit on the camera? Yes, yes, yes. Good shot, good shot.
Abdur not shying from this fight at all.
Yeah, he's a
Catherine,
tough
I'm
kid,
going
man.
to you in 3, 2, never mind. And we're going back to Catherine. 3, 2, now.
A little bit more unorthodox compared to the flowy, the shell style, if you will, that you're seeing from Chavez. But, man, he's been effective.
Yeah,
Catherine,
I agree.
We're going to you. Sorry.
Chavez seems to like to stay in that pocket. He has a very strong base. Abdur likes going around a little more, trying to find punches on the outside.
And granted, the guard is doing a really good job from the Chavez side of things, but when he starts to really work that shell with the right angles, he can start to get to the body. Reem could get to the body of Chavez, but he's kind of head hunting right now.
Yeah.
Lands a 1-2 before the clinch.
Abdur lands some shots on the way out.
As we go later into the fight, feinting is an opportunity for each of these guys right now.
Especially more in these rounds towards the end. You know, you're not as fresh as you are in the beginning of the fight, obviously, and you start biting on those feints a lot more. You know, your opponent starts biting on those feints more. Some good AC here, huh?
Picked up, took notes all the way off the table. Stiff jab as soon as I look back up from Chavez lands.
a very competitive fight still, though. It's not completely one-sided yet, you know? They're still going back and forth.
Certainly, a very competitive fight. I would have to give a slight lean toward the Chavez side, but
I think coming on the scorecards,
Abdullah
yes.
is very much in this fight and has made it a competitive contest for sure.
At your light. Yeah, we're back on.
Fifth round underway.
I'm going, I'm bouncing.
Big swing and a miss right there from Chavez. He tried to go home with that right hand right there, folks.
Oh, knocks the mouthpiece out with that right hand.
Like this time we might potentially have action taken from the referee. We have time officially called. It looks like we do have a point being taken.
Most likely. Yeah. Spin down your mouth.
And whether intentional or not, that's 3 times.
Yeah.
So totally understandable from referee Castro's point of view of having to take the point there. Action being taken to the phone booth.
Zoom in a bit out.
A smile from Abdullah.
Hey, he's a gamer. He came in here and said, I am ready to fight.
Oh, came, ate a shot there coming in, though. Got caught coming in with a little uppercut.
Going for the forearm shove.
Not sure if something's wrong with Chavez's arm. I've seen him shake it out a few times on that right hand. I wonder if something's bothering him.
Yeah, it could be an injury. It could be general fatigue. We've seen Abdur throw a lot of hooks in the process, so it could just be lactic acid. You know, it could be a lot of buildup
I'm
from
not
the
seeing
punches.
Chavez throw that hand. He's had a couple opportunities right now to throw it, and he hasn't. See, he goes shaking it out again.
Yeah, and you bring up a great point, but I couldn't tell if him shaking it in some of those sequences was him throwing it as kind of like a distractionary measure or something to keep the eyes away.
On to our 6th round now.
Final round. How do you folks have home? You can let me know online on Instagram or on Threads at comments for the Peanut Gallery, or you can hit up Georgie at george.martinez.188.
Correct.
Who says short-term memory is an issue for combat sports athletes?
Good shots, ladies. 2, now.
Final round.
Yeah, I mean, if there was something wrong with it, Georgia, he's throwing it.
Throwing it now. Got caught right there on the way. Swing and miss. Chavez took advantage of it.
Chavez staying measured.
Looks like he's picking his shots more here.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Hey, we talked about it. We're in the sixth and final round. Fatigue is a factor. Could be a little bit. Oh, another big left hand in the process.
There's 3 times.
And a left hook.
And he catches him on the way out. As he retrieves, he leaps in with that lead hook, yeah.
Wise to the guard to catch that left hook without wearing it that time for Reem.
Couple deep breaths. The fighters.
Final seconds of this final round.
Body shot coming in by Chavez.
Big left hand to the body right away from Chavez off of the break. Reem working the body now in tight space.
Does mouthpiece. Mouthpiece.
And a great show of sportsmanship and respect from those two guys as we conclude the fight.
I think I'll have to give it to Chavez. I think he landed more shots, more significant shots as well.
Agreed. Well, and then also when you factor in the point deduction, yeah,
agreed.
I would have to say that that seals the deal right there for the fight going in Chavez's direction. Tremendous fight, though, from Abdullah. He kept it competitive the entire time. You know, this was a contest that we saw back and forth action. We saw both of these guys get pushed to the brink, and I think that this was an entertaining fight.
Yeah.
Just what will be that final tally of scores from the judges. We will have that official total in just a moment from our 3 officials sitting here ringside, I should say. See, there I go. Final rally to the crowd there from Abdullah.
And we're going to you, Olive, in 3, 2, and now.
Congratulations to Anthony Chavez picking up that victory here tonight in Airtight Boxing.
Wraps up our fourth fight.
Third of the way done here at the Eclipse Event Center for Airtight Boxing over off of Sheridan in Denver, Colorado here on this holiday weekend. Folks, how do you see this from home so far on the action? You can let me know, Jordan Kurtz at Comments from the Peanut Gallery on Instagram or on Threads, or you could reach out to the recently successful 1-0 pro bare knuckle boxer, George the Buzzsaw Martinez. George also a longtime fighter, MMA fighter within the community. Also, are you coaching still, Georgie?
Yes, I still coach. Do some wrestling coaching over for North High School, and do some coaching over at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Yes, make sure that you guys give Georgie a follow along there and keep tabs on him. And with it being a holiday week, it's a perfect atmosphere for boxing. They got a taco truck outside. I had
can't
some for
wait,
you before,
man.
man.
I saw that, and they had some like desserts, churros, and all that stuff. Oh.
Yeah, I'm hitting the dessert truck as soon as the card's over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my weakness, man. It's pastries. Anything that has to do with pastries, I'm there for it.
Oh,
Which is crazy, being a fighter and then cutting as much as I do to get to my weight class. You would think pastries. I wish I could be a competitive eater, man, but it wasn't in for me.
that's why, to a certain extent, all fighters have an eating disorder.
Yeah, 100%, man. I can testify to that.
Now making their way to the ring for this amateur contest, we have a bout between Kyle Romero and Gilbert Andozala.
Switch to on the way in. 3.
Romero sporting a 1-0 record, respective to Gilbert's debut.
Live cabin. Yeah, you're good. I got Captain Live. And Al, we're going to you now. I'm going to click back to the walk-up.
Both of these gentlemen a little bit larger than our previous combatants. This is going to be contested in the heavyweight division. Big man here at Airtight. Steve Metz is loving the action here. Loving everything that he's seeing so far. Got the headset, rocking it super official.
right. Route number 5 started now.
Let's stick with that jab, baby. Let's go, kid.
Just a look of stoicism coming from Kyle Romero.
Got that jab, go, baby. Up and down.
Romero with the black and white trunks. Zola with the black and red.
Al needs to keep that chin down. He's coming up a little bit on his way of retreating.
Yeah, and naturally, I mean, hey, from a technical aspect, this is definitely reflective of these guys being amateurs with only a couple of fights as opposed to our last couple of fights with pros that had, in some cases, close to 20 combined fights of experience. But both of these guys throwing big, heavy heat right away. And when you're talking about heavyweights, George, as you well know, all it takes is one, and it could be over.
Well, and that's why I would emphasize more about the tucking the chin. You got to learn to tuck that chin in early. The worst way to learn is by going to sleep, you know?
Totally agree with you.
Good exchanges by both fighters.
Oh my Lord, these guys are teeing off on each other right now. Short time left in the round. And Amazola's throwing everything but the kitchen sink. He got clipped with the counter right hand there. Now, hey, the
Very active first round.
ultimate question now for this is, in an amateur fight, heavyweight at that, slugfest slobber knocker pace in the first minute, or the first round, I should say. How do they recover and how do they bounce back from that?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to be the biggest question for this next round is who is able to recover.
And especially throwing the heat and the way that Anizola was throwing at the very end of the round.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I want to see how can he recollect himself? How can he regain his composure? And does the adrenaline dump factor in? Is that something that's a part of the equation? I don't know. I mean, he looks pretty measured. He looks like he's right back there in the corner right now, taking instruction from his teammate, looking for shots inside and looking for uppercuts, it looks like, on pressure coming in. We'll see how he reacts.
Time to get that question answered. Start the second round.
We're going to Cap. Olive.
Double jab from Romero. I would like to see Romero sit on his punches a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. He seems to be throwing more on the movement aspect of things. If he could sit down, I
On
think
the
he'll
move,
find
and
a
he's
little bit
falling
more
off
power.
while he's throwing.
Yes.
Aggression is the game for Anizola.
It's Angozola. He's got the thing on front.
Oh, good body shot.
And some deep breaths coming from Romero. Kind of pushing that mouthpiece in and out.
Yeah. Gilbert seems to be putting a little bit more pressure now.
And Gilbert's now tired.
Yeah, a couple deep breaths, both fighters.
Lots of volume for these heavyweights being thrown so far through 2 rounds. Another big body shot right there from Gilbert.
I think Gilbert needs to start looking over the top.
Pat, you alive?
When he ducks his head, he's not really looking at his target. I feel like if he starts looking through his eyebrows when he dips, he'll find more success finding his target. He's kind of winging it as he has his head down. He needs to look through his eyebrows while keeping his head down and throwing over the top.
Yeah, and even though it does appear that Andazola is getting the better of these exchanges, he does have some swelling and some bruising that's developing over the right eye. That goes to show that there is some effectiveness that's going on from the Romero side.
Yeah, Romero's landing too, and again, just going back to going back to the concept of them being, you know, bigger guys. They have more power in those hands. You know, it doesn't take much. I believe it's 8 pounds of force to knock somebody out. Not much, you know?
Not much at all.
Oh, that's a good shot.
You know, Romero doesn't seem to take a seat on the stools. I think he stood up both those rounds. Maybe trying to play a little bit of a mind game with them.
Yeah, and some guys, it's a different process. You know, I've talked to some fighters through the years who they don't like to sit on the stool because they feel like it's tougher for them to get it back, to stand back up.
To it. Yeah,
or,
yeah.
You know, I feel like, or especially if you've reached a certain level of fatigue.
Yeah.
That standing on the
I've
feet
heard
is
many
easier.
reasons for that too. You know,
Different strokes for different folks.
that's right.
Andazola starting to throw from range.
I'll get the knockout. I'll get the knockout. Oh, you gotta move back. You gotta move over.
It's now grit time for each of these guys. Big deep breath for both of these heavyweight combatants. Who can dig deeper and who can close out this third and fourth round?
Yeah, Gilbert been seeming to put more pressure on throughout all these rounds.
Uppercut on the break lands for Gilbert.
You're live, Captain. Oliver going to you. No. Oliver going to you.
Big left hand. But Romero just ate it. He's blinking it out, but he's in trouble right now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's got a couple of hard blinks there.
He's still in trouble.
Oh, he
But
comes
swings back with big hooks of his own.
Back.
Short time in the round.
Oh, they're swinging now.
Big
And
hooks
this
landing
strong.
from each of these guys. And a huge round of back and forth action right there. I mean, you're talking heavyweight heat being slung back and forth between these two guys. I mean, in some of those instances, I'm surprised that we didn't see more of a stumble from the Romero.
Yeah.
Because that overhand that Gilbert landed up against the ropes, just the thud, the spray of sweat off the top of the head, all of that.
And, you know, not to throw in the factor as well that he was
Hey,
kind of
Donald!
off balance.
Donald!
You know, like
Donald!
his feet
You
weren't
got another round.
settled.
Dog, you got another round. Oh, it's okay. Woo! Yeah. Holy shit.
Referee roasting the producer over here, saying, "Hey, that's why you stick to the camera stuff over here."
Yeah, give him the count.
He's giving you the count over here, Steve.
Making sure you're okay.
Amateur bout. These are going to be threes.
No. We're in the amateur part of the card. Yeah, we go pro, amis, and then pros again.
Oh, yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And we'll have the official decision from the judges here in just a moment. To be fair for our producer Steve over here, it's understandable how there was a little bit of that confusion going from pros
also
with a
had the
higher
wind
allotment of
going there
rounds
too,
to
so
the short
couple
amount.
factors.
But if there's the opportunity to give him a little bit of a hard time,
Hey, what?
they're going to find a way to do so.
Take it.
And then ultimately, at the end of the day, with our CJJC media group, even though he's not here tonight, it's still Lewis's fault. Congratulations to Gilbert and Azala there for picking up the victory here tonight at Airtight Boxing.
That was a great debut for Gilbert.
Masters, when are we doing intermission?
Oh, definitely. Fun fight. We'll hear from our winner here.
And stayed active.
And we're through 5 bouts on the evening.
And one is here that
And awaiting official introductions for our 6th fight of the night. This next bout is a contest between Juan Escobedo and Jesus Santos.
Yeah. Had any walkout music for that one?
Yeah, kind of start, and then nothing else beyond that. Little bit of a silent stoic walk there, I guess.
No, it's Killers Move in Silence.
Apparently that's the case. Jesus already in there in the blue corner. We have Juan Escobedo coming out to the red corner.
I even got confused. I thought we were having a bare knuckle fight over here for a little bit. I was like, wait, is this a bare knuckle bout?
Yeah, it's
One of his teammates came out with just hand wraps.
First of a couple School of Boxing products going to be on the card tonight.
I like those shorts, man, though. There's some. They
Judging
stick
by
out.
the ones you have on, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's definitely my style. couple of debuters for this next bout.
Final instructions from referee Armando Castro. And we're underway. Couple of big punches exchanged right away at a furious pace, and no time for these two.
No
big
filling out
fighters.
process. Straight to brawling. Man.
Lots of body work being done by Jesus. Juan.
Both
landing a
fighters
little
just
bit more
landing,
up
yeah, a
top.
little bit of a headbutt right there. Wow. Talk about all gas, no brakes. Now,
They do it so much nicer in boxing than they do in MMA, George. They go over there and they're giving them the chance to wash it off
man.
and
They
you know,
usually
a couple
just
seconds,
pick it up and put it right back in your mouth.
pop it right back in.
Rude.
Doesn't matter who's been walking in this.
Right.
Right back to
Man,
punches and
they're
bunches
both-
in tight space.
And they're both landing, man. It's just a flurry between both fighters.
It's only a matter before somebody takes it
Lands
into
and
account.
connects, man.
It's going to be one
And
of
at
two
this
things.
point,
we
we
see
don't
this
know
end,
who.
or they're just going to get
Oh, my
completely
God.
tired.
Wow.
But, oh, Lord. At the pace that they're throwing, we're starting to see Escobedo unload. Jesus is throwing a lot of volume to the body.
Yeah.
It's rabbit punch pace though, right? There's not a whole ton of sting that's going on him. I think that some of the shots up top to the head that Escobedo was landing are a little bit more effective when it comes to the damage, if you will.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Got to slip.
A little confusion there. I don't know if Escobedo thought that he might have
Ruled it as a knockdown,
No,
but
he was presenting his hands. Maybe not. Where do you even start though if you're in the corner after a round like that?
God. I would have to say, actually, I don't know because my coaching would be slow things down. But you can if your opponent comes and starts flurrying you like that. Obviously, you know, you have to play it smart, move out the way, and then that's the only way you can slow them down. But other than that, these guys don't look like that's what they're thinking. I think these guys might just come out the same way.
I agree, and that looks to be, I mean, right away, he was already coming out to the center of the
Yeah.
ring to start the round. I think Jesus is going to want to meet him in the middle right away.
Jesus takes the center real quick.
Yeah, they meet each other.
A little slow. See, they slowed it down a little bit. We'll see how it goes throughout the round now. Big punches thrown by Jesus.
Big
Gets
left-hand
caught
lands.
in. He gets caught coming in by Juan.
Deep belly breathing going on between each of these guys.
Looks like Juan's almost taunting him, daring him to come in so he can counter. Good body
Good
shot.
cross to the body.
Shaking his head though. That's very controversial too. Sometimes no means it didn't hurt, but sometimes it means, oh, that was a good shot. Now to play it off.
Yeah, like it's one of those where you have to go off of the optics of it. Did it look like it landed and he does it? Well, then it probably did.
Yeah.
But then you have the kind of the whoopsie daisy or here you see it, now you don't type of look of, nah, you didn't really catch me. So you're totally right. There's both ends of the showmanship on that. But I would venture to say it's
I've
probably
played
a lot
both
more on the
cards.
former than the latter.
Yeah, no, I've definitely played both cards, man. I've shaken my hand now and be like, that was an entity. If I was to shake my hand, it was like, that hurt, but I'm not going to let him know.
Totally.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't know, especially like, you know, from a fan's perspective, is like combat sports a lot of mental stuff, man. You break people mentally before you break them physically. And just trying to break them by saying, no, you didn't hurt me, you can't hurt me.
Yeah, these guys are throwing
They're
heavy leather
throwing,
and they're
man.
both scoring on each other. This is a bit of a rock'em sock'em affair, but it's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. This is great. Oh, good roll underneath. I would have liked it to maybe throw a little body shot into that roll or come up top again.
Third and final round. I mean, George, this isn't a technical fight by any means. This is a brawl, but at the end of the day, sometimes brawls are going to happen. Slobber knockers are going to happen, especially when it's your first fight. You could probably just say, hey, well,
Fans
let's go
like
show
it.
that dog, and then we'll figure out the technical stuff beyond
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But you're in a fist
We're
fight.
here already. It's too late to go over technique. If you didn't do that during your camp, or if you just haven't learned, obviously you guys are still amateurs, so if you haven't learned how to distinguish, like how to incorporate everything you've learned in the gym into out here, because I know we get that switch and it's just like, I'm in a fight. That's autopilot. I'm going and I'm that's it, you know? I think these guys, obviously being their debut, they're going to take a lot from this and learn, you know?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow, that was a great left hand. They're coming. This is, got caught and then was like, I need to get mine back. Oh,
Separation. And now do we start to see Escobedo put the foot on the gas a little bit?
oh. Real close there. Swings and miss though. I think Juan's getting a little bit of the better exchanges here in this round. He's picking his target a little bit more. Finding more success as Jesus is a little bit still kind of like looking down and just throwing. And I think Juan's starting to notice that. He's noticing that he's dipping his head and he's just kind of waiting and countering him, picking his shots. Great read.
Mixing in some 5s and 6s in the process.
Yeah. Oh, man. And again, these guys are at that weight class where it just takes one punch still. Oh,
Big right hand lands
Great
at the
fight.
final bell there for Escobedo.
that was a
Gonna
dog
have-
fight, man. That was a dog fight.
Slobber knocker through and through. I mean, these guys fought like it was rock'em sock'em robots out there, and I'm here for it. That was fun
Yeah,
to watch.
no, that was great.
And just as a whole,
very
Georgie, I
entertaining.
mean, from a fight and an entertainment aspect, I should say, very seldomly are the most technical fights the most entertaining fights, just from a casual viewing perspective.
I think it all depends on the fan, man. There's some people that really appreciate what the technical aspect of a fight is, but then there's those fans that don't really understand the small details of the technicality in fighting.
Totally, but I will offer the examples of like your Hagler Hearns type of fights. Those in the boxing world of, hey man, you throw a lot of technical prowess out the window in exchange for high velocity striking and a short finish in that fight. You sacrifice some technique for the entertainment and the damage that's done. So, and whether you see, I'll give you another counter from the MMA world of a fight that gets heralded so widely as being such a tremendous fight in Glover Teixeira and Yuri Prohaska.
Yeah.
But you throw a lot of technique out of the window with some of those exchanges just because they were biting down, throwing, and going after each other. They were caution and defense, thrown to the wind, we're going for the kill. Now to our in-ring announcer. And congratulations to Juan Escobedo picking up that victory here tonight at AIrtight Boxing.
Hey, Mestis. Mestis, you gotta clear your mic. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Fucking right.
And moving along to our final elimination bout of the evening, we're going to be welcoming to the ring Ahmed Bernard taking on Pedro Morales.
Pedro Morales making his way to the ring.
Pedro Morales making his debut. Ahmed Bernard sporting a 1-0 record coming into the contest. It's scheduled for 3 rounds of 2 minutes in the super welterweight division.
I'll be prepared for going to you. And fire. The last fight. Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, it'll clear when I go up here. Thank you.
Right now in the cage, we have Pedro Morales. He is sporting the red trunks, rocking that blue gloves in the blue corner. He is taking on Ahmed Bernard. Ahmed Bernard comes into the contest today with a 1-0 record. We've had a little bit of a mix in styles of fight so far, Georgie, through the night. We've had quick finish. We've had some fights that went all the way to the distance. We've had a couple of banger slobber knockers. Hell, we've even had a showering bloodbath.
We did. We did, and we still got 5 more fights to go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go. Good.
Overall, though, it's been a great night of fights. Very exciting. Not a single boring fight. It's all been action every single bout.
Action-packed for each fight throughout the night so far. So we've seen Ahmed here in the ring before, and this kid has a little bit of sauce to him.
Pat, we're going to you on the way around. Olive, I'm going to spit it back to you. 3, 2, 1, and on you. Going dual shots, stay in your corners, please.
Both his cornermen rocking some fresh and clean Jordans, cherry 12s and some black and white 14s. They showed up on fight night ready to show out.
Yeah, no doubt.
I let him in for this. Yeah, just for this, just for this. Okay. Thank you, I appreciate you doing better now.
Oh, no, she's awesome.
All right, good.
He's funny, yeah, I'm a water boy.
Hey, tell this guy at the camera that he can sit down and listen. All right, so
Referee Balea, third man in there tonight. Big right hand right away off of the measuring jabs for Ahmed. Ahmed is looking to end this in the first round by the heat that he's thrown so far.
Yeah. He's launching into his opponent, too, trying to find his target.
Pedro looking to get some respect back, throwing his own heat.
Oh, combination there by Morales. And he answers back, though.
Open stance right now between the two. Ahmed walking the southpaw. That's the risk sometimes of lunging in, right?
Yes.
You can end up off balance, and
Overshoot it,
sometimes
yeah.
you swing big, you miss big, and you get countered big. Fortunately, he wasn't on the recipient side of a counter strike. Man, his hook is so long, though. Like, the range where he's still effective with it is crazy.
Yeah, he makes himself long with the way that he's fighting, too, launching into those punches. And he also has a very good reach, too.
Great reach, the way that he darts in and out with his blade in his stance. It's It's definitely something to have to worry about on the long end of those punches if you're Morales.
Morales doing a really good job moving. Head movement's been good as well. Staying out of that range.
Definitely. And I mean, to Morales' credit, sometimes when your opponent is really biting down or throwing hard, if you will, if you've got a keen eye, you can kind of see some of those tells early on, right? To try to work yourself in a position to mitigate where potential damage could be coming from.
Yeah, especially right now that Bernard's throwing a lot of power. It's hard to not telegraph power shots, right? Because you got to load up power shots. If he was using more of a picking my shot process, it would be harder to hide. But if Morales can start picking up on that and know that he's going to throw this hand because this hand's the one that's being loaded, he can start finding success countering. Because he's doing a good job moving out. He just needs to imply his offense now.
Totally.
And we're going to go live.
And then it's also fair to factor in, hey, you know what? Morales might be a little bit of a dog himself, and he says, hey, you know what? It's not that I want to, but my chin is okay.
Yeah.
You want to throw a little bit hard? Like, that's fine. Let's see where your cardio's at. Can you throw hard like that past one round?
Exactly. That's another part of aspecting is how long can you keep that pace, Oh. Big flurry, both fighters.
But they're in a fist fight, that's for damn sure. Volume is slowed down. He's still throwing big, heavy power shots.
And still, Morales can still kind of improvise off of this because, again, they are heavy shots. So
that
he
was
is
a stiff
loading.
jab right
Good
there, though, that
jab,
Morales
yes.
didn't like.
A little bit of a headbutt look like there coming in.
A little bit on the way in. But bound to happen, especially coming from an open stance and when you have two guys who are
Morales
just
caught
throwing
him with an overhand. Or, excuse me, a hook.
Good jab. I think we're going to start to see Morales make it a little bit more of a dogfight throughout the rest of the contest. I mean, he's filling the best shots from Ahmed right now. Little showmanship to end the second round there for Ahmed Bernard. Feeling himself a little bit after he lands that stiff power shot at the end. Talking to the crowd. But he's got to reel himself back in.
Yeah, you can never let the crowd play a factor, man. That's something that you got to train yourself at the gym, too, Once you start getting to those bigger venues, you got to learn how to cancel out that crowd, the other voices, and just lock in on where your coaches are,
Because I will offer, I do believe that he's winning through 2 rounds so far, but he's in there with a live dog right now.
Yeah.
And that can all change. That can all very definitely change, and his output did start to slow down a little bit in that second round. If Morales is fresher and he decides to really put the foot on the gas, this might get interesting here in this final
I agree.
120 seconds. It looks like a warning for potentially some of those clashes of heads like we were talking about before from the referee.
There's another little headbutt, looks like.
Both guys are throwing to end it. And if you're Morales, you do have to end it.
Yeah.
Breaking the action from the referee. A couple of deep breaths from the fighters, respectively. Starting to see some redness around the face of Pedro. Big 1-2 on the return fire from Ahmed Bernard.
Yeah, Morales seems to be dropping his right hand when he comes in. Bernard's trying to catch that, going right down the pipe. A lot of looping punches now.
Yeah, and that's where I think you start to see a little bit of the experience or the maturity within the actual fight
sure.
itself coming in. Because Bernard does have a lot of tools to work with, but now I think he's a little bit tired, and now he senses that he's had some damage done. And he wants that highlight. But he also can't lose sight of what set up those initial scoring opportunities, which I think is a mistake that a lot of fighters, it's not just him, it's across the board. Guys start wanting to go for that one shot, one kill, but you forget all of the little things that were setting you up for those scoring opportunities in the first place.
How to set it up, man. It's not, yeah, there's those one shots that you could just go ahead and throw, but it's so hard to do that. Much easier, and you find more success when you're able to pick your shots, set it up, and then land.
And a very tightly contested bout, but again, I do believe that the lean goes to Ahmed Bernard in this contest.
I think he was more active.
However, I think that for a first showing that we're getting out of somebody like Pedro, you know, like that's awesome. That was a fun fight between
That
those
was a
two
great
guys.
fight, yeah. Great fight.
What is that?
Yeah. Now there is the chance that this, you know, we could see a 29-28 card come into the fold.
Potentially, yeah. I can see. Depending on how the judges see it, man, you know. I think Morales did have great defense, and he did land some pretty decent counterattacks. You know, Lar was the one that was being more active throughout the whole. He was throwing a lot of volleys. And I feel like that's what, in my eyes, would persuade the judges in this fight to go his way.
Yeah, I don't doubt that it ends up all three judges in his direction. But I would offer that there is a case to be made for, you know, in 2 or 3 that Morales did enough to keep it competitive to where he at least presented a case to win a round. Not saying that he did or that a judge would have scored him that, but the exchanges were fairly even at times. He did have some scoring moments. We will see now.
Not 129-28.
That's why they put the headset on me, Georgie.
Hey, we need a couple minutes before you get going again. When you got them. Ready?
And that wraps it up for our elimination portion of the card here tonight. We are moving along to the pro section of the card here. Folks, we are going to be running right through the action tonight, being that we had the equipment intermission earlier this evening. We're going to run through the card here tonight and move along to the final portion of the evening with professional bouts. Out here at the Eclipse Event Center, we have had a flood of people coming in. It's been a tremendous atmosphere. I can smell the food.
I'm hungry.
I'm jealous so much. I mean, when I went back to the bathroom earlier, I could smell the sweet tinge of the churros in the air too. It's just one of those things.
Right before the show started, I ran in the bathroom too, and I was like, why does the bathroom smell so good? That's something that does not hear. You don't hear that often. But they had the churro right outside the buildings, and I can't wait to have one after the show.
Yeah, that's my first direct step as soon as we get out of here.
I agree. I'm right behind you on that one.
And that little taco truck's a hidden gem.
I'm going to you, Cat.
No doubt. You can't. Well,
Brother, those were some of the
for the
cheapest
most part,
tacos
you
that I've
can't
had
miss
for a
with
while.
tacos.
It's hard to mess them up, but you get some people who they think a little bit highly of their product out there when they're charging $4 to $5 a taco, which is it's a little bit steep out here for your
Inflation,
boy.
man.
Inflation hitting everybody hard. I totally understand, but I got 3 for $7. That's a pretty good price.
Good. Yeah, that's a good price.
Hey, you're live.
Carne asada at that.
Carne asada? Between carne asada and al pastor, man, I can get down on about 12 of those, man.
Yeah, see, I was in most places it's usually around double. You get that you get that plate of 3, you're paying around 14, 15
Yes,
bucks.
yes.
When the lady told me 7, like, man, I only got a $10 bill.
Order.
I'd have gotten another one. Round me off with the 4th.
I low-key thought I could have won maybe, but I knew they were going to give it to him,
All right. Making our way back to the pros.
We have a matchup between Kirk Lovato taking on Christian Escobedo. Lovato rocking an 0-1 record coming into the contest as he takes on the experienced 3-0 Escobedo.
Oliver going to you.
This is scheduled for 4 rounds of super middleweight action. With that House of Pain crew. And the second of the Escobedos coming out for this contest here tonight. We have Christian Escobedo.
Cat, I'm going to you.
His brother Juan picked up a big victory in his debut just a couple of bouts ago.
Yeah. Indeed, great fight too. Very entertaining.
Yeah, Cat's good.
Yeah, his brother walked out with them as well. Hey, he changed quick. I would still have been in the locker room if it was me.
Yeah, that was
at least for
that's a
sure
lot
in
of
my
volume.
fight gear.
And why don't we both get corner shots and try to go side by side?
Escobedo representing School of Boxing, going to be in there with those black and white trunks with the white Catarreyas gloves. Finally, equipment inspections going on by a third man. Armando Castro. And we're just about underway.
Olive on the way out.
Popping that jab right away. Finding a home, too.
Escobedo. Low guard on the side of Vato.
Needs to breathe, too. I'm noticing he's not really breathing with his punches. Man, you're going to get gassed out real fast. He's just kind of holding his breath as he's throwing these punches.
That jab is stiff coming from Escobedo.
Yeah.
Blood drawn from the nose of Lovato. And back at the action. That jab is like a piston. There goes the mouthpiece again. Escobedo looking to finish this right now. Waiting for a break in action. And it's all over. Fight stopped by Armando Castro here in the first round. You know, he tried to give a look up to get his mouthpiece popped back.
Can't do that. You can't do that in fights, man. Anytime you're in a fight, you cannot expect the referee to protect you. Like, if you're in the middle of the fight, that's your job to be protective of yourself.
And I think that it was a good call on Armando's side to not stopping the action right then and there in that moment. I mean, it was too heated of an exchange. If they separate and if they're resetting and if there's some distance in between them, then hey, yes, that's where you make your call. But right there in a scoring sequence or a fight-ending sequence, if you will, I don't believe that it is the right call.
No, I agreed. Because there's some fighters that would take full advantage of that and do it on purpose to try to recuperate from that, you know?
Exactly. We'll hear the official time ruling in just a moment from our in-ring announcer. But that is a big win in the column there for Christian Escobedo. Great night for the Escobedos in general.
Yeah, agreed.
that's 8 in the books tonight. Our next fight that is going to be coming up here at Airtight Boxing Rapid Fire, we're going to be having a featherweight pro boxing bout scheduled for 4 rounds between Raymond Rivas coming into the contest at a 2-0 record, taking on Julio Lanzas Carrillo with a record of 0-1-1.
Two more fights right before the last one.
I know exactly what I'm doing for our next show here at the Eclipse Event Center, Georgie.
What's that?
Bringing a seat pad.
Yeah, you're not lying. You know, it's funny, and I didn't drive my car today, but usually I have one on my back just because sometimes I get into the habit of just like slouching. But these chairs, oh man, I'm gonna.
You have a bad sloucher already as it is, but it's not helping.
Sorry. We'll look at the reward afterwards, that churro, you know?
Oh, yeah.
This would be the pain that we go through for the
juice is
satisfaction.
worth the squeeze. That might warrant a couple
That's
of
the
churros.
motivation I'm using right now.
I might get me a couple. And some dipping sauce.
You got to. Or the ones that already have the filling inside. Oh. God, I'm just over here doing it to myself
Those
at this
are really
point.
good, you know, but growing up down in Pueblo, nobody ever had filled churros. Like it was always like there was just the dip cup on the outside of it.
Yeah.
So that, I guess, like the nostalgia, like that's what when I'm just trying to have that, you know, it's hitting the memories.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because it's not an all the time thing. It's a very rare treat that I'll go and have some. But
And they're not always the best. Like some of them are not. They need that crispy outside, but that soft center.
And hey, to put it real, there's some that they were a lot more like a Chico stick than they were a churro because they got over fried or they were sitting under that
too
heat lamp
crunchy
for forever.
Yeah.
You know, so there is a drawback
exactly
about
what you
having the
mean.
feeling, but I guess it's just that, you know, that nostalgia feeling. Like, what did you have as a kid? That's what I when that smell, when that cinnamon sugar deep fried smell hits my nostrils, I imagine that I'm back at Skate City like a kid and it's time to go have a churro or something like that, you know. It's one of those things, or it's a weekend whatever
Laying
and it's
outside with your churro in your hand, being at a festival or a fair, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, right now Colorado State Fair going on down in Pueblo. I mean, I was a big fan of walking around with something that you could hold and eat. I mean, I was a fat kid, and I'm still a fat kid at heart. Whether you're walking around on a turkey leg, pork chop on a stick. I don't know if that stand is still down there, but they used to have this thing where it was a grilled pork chop on a stick with roasted green chili peppers on that stick.
That sounds great. That sounds.
Walking around just pure gluttonous bliss.
I don't know if we're just making our situation worse by making all these great memories and mouth-watering estimates, but I can't wait to get out of here and have me anything that they have there.
You know, it would really help if the vent wasn't like funneling the smell harder.
Yeah, right. Smaller guys, this should be a very fast fight as terms of speed and punches.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. These featherweights are
These
fast.
guys they move like they don't weigh enough.
No, definitely. Rivas in the southpaw stance to Carrillo's orthodox. Black and gray trunks for Lanzas.
Those fighters are very composed right now.
Yeah.
Still
big
kind of measuring out, trying to find their ranges. Great movement.
Quick
Both
footwork so
fighters.
far for Rivas.
Yeah, their footwork's actually really good. And you expect that from the smaller weight classes. You have to be moving fast. You got to have good footwork.
Both guys mixing in some feints, trying to figure out where their opening is going to come. Corner for Rivas, calling for a 2-3-2.
Let's go, move, move. Get off them rope. Bite down on that mouthpiece, going. Let's go. There you go.
Body
There you
shot
go.
there. Brings it back up top.
I like that from Carrillo. You know, the jab has been established from the Rivas side. So what does that mean for Carrillo? He's got to figure out some creative ways to get himself inside and establish his range and not be on the end of the longer fighters'
Yeah,
punches.
he definitely has to find that dirty boxing in this fight. I think that's where he's going to find his success, which he's doing.
Rivas is really sound at his guard, though.
Yes.
Not a lot of big action from it. He's just looking for a small paw when he parries. Not overreacting at all. You're giving the referee, hey, watch out.
They're fast, man. I think that's like the third or fourth time that they've ran into the ref. I don't blame him, man. That's hard to move out of their way, moving that fast.
Yeah, Mr. Boulay is no spring chicken anymore, so he's got to be on the balls of his feet with these fast guys like that.
Yeah, Julio doing a really good job in that first round of keeping that pressure and kind of doing that dirty boxing, kind of eliminating Raymond's jab to find his range. They're both finding success still, but I think, I don't know, that was a really close fight. Or that was a close round. I'm not too sure who I would give that to.
Really close round. I mean, that's one where I'm glad that I don't have to be somebody turning in a
Good
card
over
right
here.
now. But yeah, splitting hairs.
Let's go.
Quick flurry there.
And a lot
Julio
of work
doing
being
a
done
good
squatting
body
to the
work,
body
though.
right now.
Yeah, good body work. Staying active.
Takes a hook on the way out, but lands a couple of right hands in his re-entry. could potentially be a 6 opportunity for Rivas when Carrillo goes to dip on his way in. Big breath right there for Rivas on the reset.
Oh, good right hand over the top.
A couple of right hands land for Lanzas.
Don't walk straight back. Don't walk straight back. Yeah.
1-2 and switch levels to the body for Morales.
There you
Choose
go.
for Carrillo.
Body, body. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Good movement by Carrillo.
Yeah.
His volume is probably taking this round for
Oh,
him so far.
yes, I would agree with that. It's really good movement defensively.
There you go. Don't hesitate.
Rivas is really measured, but I would like to see him go more.
Yeah, you know, when you mentioned that deep breath, I feel like that also might have been a bit of frustration. He couldn't find his range yet. He's having a hard time.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Carrillo moving very well, and I feel like that's making it very difficult.
Very tight fight so far. I mean, again, this is one of that I am so happy that I don't have to be out here putting a score on the card by any means. This is something that the fans are definitely getting their entertainment value worth.
Yeah, this is a great fight. Very technical fight, too.
Now, if you're in Rivas's corner, what are you offering?
I think you got to find a way to cut his movement off. Whether that's start maybe pushing him into a corner, or again, going back to our measuring aspect. He's a lengthy fighter. Start measuring him out, you know, cutting him off in his footwork. Easier said than done, but that's where he has to start using these corners that are set up in the ring to start eliminating some of that movement.
Absolutely. And then on the flip side, if you're in Julio's corner, are he just saying, hey, keep doing what you're doing?
I think he has to keep that pressure, that dirty boxing, because that's what's making it hard for Rivas to find his rhythm and his range. And he's doing a great job attacking the body, too. Stays low, guard very composed.
Getting some work in on the body there, too, when he comes in on his entries.
Yeah, he makes every movement that he does, he has a purpose for it, and he tries to at least throw a strike in there as well. You know, you see some people who just roll to move out of the way. He's rolling and he's striking.
Yeah, he's not giving anything for free.
Come on, baby. Come on, Lanzas. Let's go, Lanzas. Yeah. Keep pushing him.
Both fighters loading up there.
Keep your fucking hands up.
Yeah, we just need to see Rivas start to unload more.
You know, I think Rivas can also use more feints. If he can use more feints, he could probably find his targets more. It's also going to make Carrillo stop him in his feet more, right? When you feint, you have to set your feet.
Exactly. And it slows down their offense in the process, too, because then they start having to think. But it looks like he's trying to finish it with every punch that he throws. And as we talked about in previous fights, sometimes you lose sight of the setup.
Yeah, that setup has to be there.
But then also, there's value in volume.
Yes. good left hand there.
Good combination for Rivas now. He needs more. Follow
Yeah,
up
he
on
needs
that.
to keep going off of that.
Julio get all the way off of the ropes and then
Yeah.
go reestablish the center.
Exactly. He can't let that momentum switch. Once he gets going, he has to cut an angle and pick his shots again.
And in some of it, I feel like he's got to trust himself because when he's throwing and when he lands, he is getting a reaction.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get a little bit more biting on his mouthpiece and coming in. So we'll see how that approach works for him.
Sometimes, though, like that's a tell, right? Loading up on power shots, you might, if you don't have the poker face to it, you start biting down and gritting. Well, then he sees the big powers coming.
Yep, and again, that's what we talked about a few fights ago. It's like power shots are kind of hard to hide when you just throwing them without a setup.
Exactly, as opposed to pump some jabs in his face, put some volume there before it, and then go
Then
for
get for your
those
power
scoring
shots.
strikes.
Yes, yes.
I get that it's all so much easier said than done in the
Yeah.
process, but that's where I do believe that some of these opportunities for Rivas are so far in this fight, and why I believe so far you have to give a slight lean to Carrillo.
Yeah, and you know,
It's slight.
I would agree with that. I think he might have took the last 2 rounds for sure. That first round, I would still could be up in for grabs, you know.
First round was very tight and up for grabs, but I think that second round for sure went to Carrillo. That round was close. You could make a case for either guy in the process.
I agree. I guess it would go back to the volume aspect of things. I think Carrillo definitely threw more volume in there. I think towards the end, Rivas started getting more of those shots. He was biting down and he was landing. But in terms of volume, yeah, Carrillo definitely had a higher volume. These guys don't get tired.
Oh, no. We're back to
They
throwing.
come out the first round, they come out the 6th round, and they look the same. The speed's there, footwork's there.
See Rivas saying, come on.
And Rivas still going for these power shots.
I like seeing this sense of urgency, though, from Rivas, because I think that Rivas realizes that there is the chance that
He might have hurt him. He was hanging on to him there. I think Rivas might have caught him in, coming in with that check hook. He's landing with those hooks. He's finding those check hooks coming down this round now.
He's got to get his range back. Now you start to see a little bit of bruising on the left side of Rivas, too.
Now he's moving more. If you see, he's not just coming straight in like he was. He's going in and he's also cutting an angle, which is what we talked about. He needs to cut angles. And now he's actually finding success in this round. Now you see him as he's the one that being the aggressor. He's the one dictating the pace right now.
And there is still the chance that he's got to make something happen.
Oh, good body shot there.
And Lanzas is not going away.
No, not at all.
He said, if you want this, you're going to have to take it.
I will say, though, Lanzas looks like he did slow down more this round.
Oh, he certainly slowed down, but he's still working.
He's still in
finding
there.
his ways in tight.
And I feel like River just stayed the same pace throughout the whole fight. I haven't seen him go any faster or any slower.
I feel like,
It's been very consistent.
yeah, Lanzas has stayed the same, whereas this is definitely a much higher pace in this round for Rivas. But for Rivas, it might be too little too late.
Yeah. We'll see what
By
the
the
judges
optics
see.
of it, he's done more damage with blood being drawn and whatnot. You know, if we're looking at that as far as a scoring criteria factor. However, Again, volume is also something that has to be accounted for. It'll be interesting in just a couple of minutes when we get these tallies from the judges.
Yeah. We're going to see.
Very tight fight back and forth.
Great action, though. Great action.
If we were to say a moment, though, like sometimes when we look back at tight fights, it's about moments, right? I do believe that the, I guess, highest impact scoring moment of the fight did get scored by Rivas.
Yes. Those check hooks were definitely doing damage there. I think he landed the significant strike out of the fight. And I think Julio was the one that landed the volume, though. He put a great, tremendous amount of volume in all the rounds.
Certainly.
We'll see the tally of the judges' scorecards here, though, in just a couple of minutes.
You know, I mean, I've said it many times on broadcasts over the years. We can have our guesses, we can throw out our picks or our leans or who we thought might have won a fight or who would have went on our card. Georgie, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when it's a very close or a tightly contested one, sometimes we get some interesting cards or we get some interesting decisions.
We never know what the judges are doing or looking at, you know?
Right, and to be fair to them, at the same time, there's a lot of factors that can contribute to where you have alternating scorecards.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a vantage point issue. Sometimes it's an interpretation issue of what you're seeing in that exact sequence. You know, there's so many things to take into account.
Yeah, and then we also don't know the background of some of these judges. Some might not even know boxing like that, you know? Some people might have just grown up with it. Some of them might have been fighters, you know? It's just a lot of different factors that are in the unknown aspect of things.
The one benefit that a lot of the boxing shows at least get is, in a lot of cases, just based on the nature of the existing systems out there or commission personnel, a lot of times it will be boxing heavy as far as your officials and your judges.
Yeah, that's why
That's where the
MMA
other
is,
sports kind of,
that's where the
it affects
MMA
them a little bit
aspects,
more
yeah.
on the background than boxing, but you know, it does happen.
Yes. Been there, done that.
Congratulations to Julio Lanzas Carrillo picking up that victory by majority decision here tonight at Airtight Boxing.
Hey, Lanza, good job, bud.
Big
Very
victory there
entertaining
for
fight.
Julio Lanzas Carrillo at Airtight Boxing Rapid Fire, and we're going to hear from our winner.
I'll go back to you. Hey, Cat, get Red Feather walking out, please.
Like, get off the road. I'm gonna make your ass run.
All right, we've made it to our co-main event now.
And now, making his way out to the ring, we have Isaac Anaya. Anaya will be taking on Nathan Cortez this evening. This is another bout of featherweight action scheduled for 4 rounds here in the Airtight ring.
Steve, flip your mic up.
All right, looks like we got Isaac in the cage or in the ring now. All right, we're getting here started into our co-main event now. Don't forget, if you guys have anything about the feed, any feedback that you guys want to give to us, you can always reach out here at my Instagram, George Buzzsaw Martinez. That at name George.Martinez.188. Or also reach us with comments from the peanut gallery. Now making his way is Nathan Cortez.
Thank you. Olive, pick up that angle, please. 3, 2, and 1. It's a good look, Captain. That's how he's going. Yep.
And we got the featherweights for this co-main event. Should be another fast-paced fight.
And we're going to you. 3, 2, Olive, you're live.
Right. Got Nathan Cortez making his professional boxing debut.
Anaya coming into the contest at a 1-1 clip.
Right before the
Right. Let's see if these featherweight just move just as fast as the last ones.
Cortez in the white trunks. Black from Anaya.
A lot of back and forth there, a little flurry from both fighters.
Use your jab. Use your jab. There you go.
Cortez looks
Stay with
fast.
your jab. No wild hooks from the outside. There you go. Off that jab. There you go. Stay with that jab. Three hits.
Cortez has to be careful with that left hand in tight space. That could be a big overhand coming.
Yeah, I'll make sure you catch this over here. Look at this hand. This right hand is going to come down.
Good body shot by Cortez.
Yeah. Good angle. Good angle. Go back again.
I do love the fancy head movement so far, though,
Yeah.
from Cortez.
Oliver on you.
Isaac finding success blitzing.
Oh, definitely.
He catches him on his heels, puts him back on his heel, and then throws his strikes. Cortez needs to find more angles. He needs to move off that center line more. Which he does, but as soon as you engage is when he needs to start moving those angles. Otherwise, anytime they engage, he seems to keep going backwards a lot. And that's what's getting him caught in those transitions here.
Going to you, Oliver.
The left hand's found its mark a couple of times there for Anaya.
And I'm doing a good job. See how he pressures in, makes him go back on his heels.
I think that was a great round by Anaya.
Yeah, I would give it to Anaya. He landed more. Landon Moore was the more active fighter. He was also more dictating the fight by controlling the ring.
And just by the optics of it, it does look like Cortez. I mean, he's obviously he's got some solid technique. He's got some gym time. I mean, that's to be noted, obviously. And I mean, by the optics, just the presentation, he looks like he wants to do things clean.
Yeah, I will say that he does look very technical when it comes to his moving and his striking. I think he's just, he looks a little tense though. He needs to loosen up a little bit. And I think that's going to help him move around a little more fluid.
And that's what we say, just in inside baseball from the fight world, though. If you have a guy who wants to be a little bit more of a technician or wants to have some cleaner exchanges for, from the outside looking in, well, what do you got to do? You got to make it dirty, right?
Yeah, for
You got to
sure.
go be a dog and make it grimy. Make him uncomfortable. Don't let him establish his rhythm at range. Don't let him start to have those flowy
You got to
combinations.
start beating them mentally.
Oliver, I'm over here.
There you go. A little more active there by Cortez with his offense. Catching him in now. As he's coming in, he's finding his rhythm now. Looks like Cortez found his rhythm coming in this second round.
I think it is also fair to note that there could be some nervous energy being displayed. It is his pro debut.
Yes.
That is
That is a
very
good factor
fair
to
thing
take into
factor in.
consideration. Yes. Oh. Stiff jab by Cortez. Isaac not blitzing as much as he was in that first round. And the times that he does, it looks like Cortez actually found how to avoid that and taking a step to the side a little bit or countering, throwing punches to stop that blitz. But I would say Cortez found his rhythm this round.
He has. He's a lot more established in this round.
And you see how he's moving out the way in those blitz, which was what he was getting caught with a lot in the first round.
A little bit more of the Matador effect, right?
Yes.
Oh, that
Barely
left hook.
missed. Oh, there it is. Good body work too. Oh,
Right hand
wasted
over
no
top
time.
by Cortez.
Right back to it.
Now he's starting to get in his bag a little bit. Isaac has to start to do something now to disrupt the rhythm and the timing that Cortez has established.
Much better round by Cortez. Much better round. I think we're at 1-1 right now.
Absolutely. We're sitting 19-19 apiece on the cards, in my opinion. Now, that being said, if you're Steve Mestis in the corner of Isaac Anaya right now, what are you offering him after that second round and how the momentum started to shift a little bit?
Yeah, I think he needs to find a way to break his rhythm. Whether it's by, I would say that he's the longer fighter, so he needs to use his reach. Instead of blitzing in like he was, now Nate picked up to that already. He needs to start finding his angles to slow him down, not blitz in so much.
And then on the flip side, if you're in the Cortez corner, I mean, I think that that's a great round to build on.
Yeah, I would say keep doing what you're doing coming out in this next round.
His feet were starting to get more active. He was starting to feel his rhythm a little bit more. Styling a little bit too at times. That's when you know that he's probably starting to feel something that we can't tell too.
But Isaac came out and he's throwing now. Whatever they told him in the corner, he's picking it up.
Might have had a little clash of heads too coming in.
But they're both swinging. Oh, Isaac getting the better exchange there.
Cortez might have been clipped on that exchange.
Yeah, he took a deep breath.
Straight back. His nose is bloody now too.
Getting way in. Yeah, Isaac picked the momentum back up now.
The crowd is alive in the Eclipse Event Center tonight, folks. Steve Mess is calling for volume, asking for Isaac Anaya to go forward. Corner calling for the jab.
Oh, that was a good shot. That was a good body shot by Cortez. breaths by Isaac. Looks like both fighters took a couple deep breaths to reset.
Yeah, we don't have a stat tracker here, but the volume is
It's
definitely high.
Cortez with his mouth open, though, that kind of worries me. You know? Still striking. Good movement by both fighters.
Hey, Isaac Anaya is a dog.
Yeah. Whatever they told him coming into this third round, they got him fired up. But Nate still very much in the fight as well.
Oh,
Still
absolutely.
striking, still making his presence known.
I mean, I think that there's some frustration that's showing from Cortez.
Yeah, I would agree.
And he is
That's not a good
exhausted.
sign. Yeah, that is not a good sign. He needs to open up those lungs.
Wow. Nate is not tired.
I was once told a quote from Anthony Lionheart Smith, a guy who, not a pro boxer, but a pro mixed martial arts fighter out there, for those who are unaware, from home, fought for a world title at one point in time, and lost to John Jones, but a guy who has more than 60 plus pro fights to his resume. He said, the worst position that you could ever find yourself in as a fighter is in a fight that is tougher than you thought that it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like once you're in the thick of things, you get in there and you thought that, okay, this is going to be, this is going to be a fight. I mean, I'm sure potentially on the Cortez side of things, he sees a guy who hasn't won in his 2 pro fights so far. He probably thinks, hey, this is a good fight for me to go out there, get on the right foot, and get the momentum going for my pro career. But then he found out that he's in there with a live dog. And he is in a fight.
And yeah, it's a great fight.
And Isaac looks to be the fresher guy.
Yeah. You got Cortez retrieving again. Oh, good uppercut there by Cortez, though.
And he's the faster guy. He has better footwork when he's creating his angles. He needs to do more of that to create those opportunities, and to also reduce the risk of the damage that he's taking.
It looks like he's picking it up now. It's a great fight, man. They're going back and forth. The momentum keeps switching back and forth between both fighters.
And Cortez now starting to unload. Cortez's corner waving him forward, telling him, let's go. We can't back up. We can't reset. Big left hand on the exit lines there for Anaya. And we have a knockdown. That might have sealed the fight right there. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a furious flurry of punches in a... it was all over. Yeah, I was going to say, if Cortez was back in, he was going to have to come hot. Credit to Isaac Anaya. Pulling off the victory here by TKO in the final round.
Yeah. Great fight, though. Great fight by both fighters.
Tremendous fight there for Isaac Anaya, and while that was certainly a damaging blow, I think that it's got to be noted that that's a fatigue KO too in the process.
Yeah, I feel like I couldn't quite see what the shot was, but I could definitely see in the face that Nate was definitely exhausted. He was wearing
He did get clipped and touched, but it was also one of those that, especially once he goes down, he was already struggling and sucking wind coming into this round, but was able to start with a crazy pace coming off the stool.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, that momentum was switching back and forth, but Isaac just ends up improvising better off of that momentum and was able to keep that going.
Certainly. We'll have the official timing and ruling here in just a moment. What a scrap right there.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
I believe we're going to hear from our winner.
So after he's done real quick before they go to the next one, have Jordan introduce himself. When you push this, that's how they walk. So after this, right, let Jordan talk real quick. So if you're going to go to Jordan's picture of the day, you're going to go to Jordan's thing on 3, then you're going to put that in as his phone. Then you'll go back to it, and then you'll go to the next match, okay? And then I'll come over after and shut everything down. So keep moving on.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are just about to get on to our main event of the evening, but quick, a couple of messages here from us on the broadcast with CJJC Media. First off, folks, my name is Jordan Kurtz. You can follow me along online at Comments from the Peanut Gallery. I host a program every single week on the Mile High Sports Network. You can check us out weekly every Wednesday at 1 p.m. That's, again, something that you can check out, a weekly program with the Mile High Sports Network on wherever you find your podcast. You can find episodes on demand available via YouTube and via whatever other streaming platforms out there for audio-based side of things. You could also check me out on punchdrunkgamer.com with weekly articles and entries being added to the mix there. Real quick, we're going to go for our national anthem. back at there after the formalities of the broadcast or the production going on with the national anthem there. But yeah, back to what we're talking about, folks. I'm Jordan Kurtz. Like I say, I'm the voice of a lot of the events that you see here, combat sports related on the Colorado scene, whether that be here for AIrtight Boxing, 5280 Muay Thai, Colorado's only all Muay Thai exclusive promotion, Colorado Combat Club. You can catch us back in action for both Colorado Combat Club and 5280 Muay Thai in October on the 10th and the 11th respectively, and also naturally a part of the CJJC crew. We will be back at the Colorado Tattoo Convention Center on September 27th. And then just a real quick mention of our broadcast partner here. We have George the Buzzsaw Martinez at most of our events. George is typically running the boards and he's DJing in the mix, but tonight, fresh off of his pro boxing debut, bare knuckle boxing debut with a massive TKO victory, we had to bring Georgie on the broadcast table here tonight, and just wanted to again give some love to George and give him a mention out there for all the great things that he's doing. You know, we already kind of alluded to it earlier on the broadcast, but George, will you let the people what's next for you?
Right now, again, we're going to take a little bit of time off, but I definitely want to hop back in that bare knuckle ring. You know, I found real good comfort there. I enjoyed it. The promotion was very professional, so my plan's to get back in there. You know, we signed a multi-contract fight with them, so probably go finish my contract with them and then potentially then do some MMA fights after that.
Awesome. And then, Georgie, where can people follow you? Where can they catch you in the training room? You know, where are you training at? Where are you coaching at? Where are all those things?
Yeah. My social media platforms are Instagram. You can find me at George Buzzsaw Martinez, at George.Martinez.188. Facebook, George Buzzsaw Martinez. I'm coaching over at 10th Planet. I do some jiu-jitsu over there, as well as I'm training over at DCO with Steve Pobrocki. Every once in a while, you'll catch me up at North High School, Montbello High School, and I'll be in there with the high school cats, giving them a little bit of high school wrestling.
And there you have it right there from George the Buzzsaw Martinez, folks. And without further ado, we are on to our main event of the evening. Our main event of the evening here at AIrtight Boxing Rapid Fire is Marcos Rodriguez taking on Gino Schfeld.
Gino definitely brought the crowd.
Hey, I tell you what, Georgie, no matter what the show is or what the discipline, Gino is a promoter's wet dream.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you hear that pop that he got. That's a lot of tickets that Gino sold in this arena.
Yeah, I agree.
Gino coming into the contest 0-1, took on a very skilled Dudo brother in his first fight. You know, this is again, it's a newer venture over the last couple of years for the Russian Concussion, joining in the professional boxing ranks after a professional MMA career.
Yeah, and the Dudo brothers, man, those guys have been in the game for a while too, in boxing since they were youngins. You know, so that's definitely a very tough opponent. You know, I ran into them actually over at the grabbing my federal boxing ID for my bare knuckle and got a little bit of catching up with them. They said they'd probably get back active into some boxing as well, so be excited to see what they got coming up.
Gino, the true player for real, coming out here and just straight up Gino fashion. His entire corner.
Wow.
Guys, if you take a look at the look of Gino's corner in the tracksuits, I cannot make this up. That's not far off from what Gino got married in. Gino got married in a tracksuit, for the record. equipment inspections underway.
We're being a pussy, dog.
Oh, wow. The crowd's definitely engaged today. Marco landing the jab.
Both fighters with red trunks. Gino with the red gloves. Marcos with the black. Gino doing a lot of his boxing work with the A1 crew out there in the world. Pops a couple of jabs to the chin of Marcos. Jab to the body, overhand for Gino lands. Caught the attention of Rodriguez.
Another overhand.
Rodriguez, though, with the left hand, catches the attention of Gino.
That overhand's finding a target.
A little bit of a mouse under the right eye of Gino, though. That's something to keep an eye on. But Gino wants to take it all home with that overhand right. Manos Fuegos. Left hand lands for Shvedov. I remember one time a few years ago after a pad session with Yusuf Salal, Gino came away like, you just call me Manos Fuegos, dog.
I think I was there for that, actually. And he actually asked me to call him that. I was like, Gino, I'm not going to call you that. Marco needs to keep that chin tucked. Gino's doing a good job lifting his head and setting up that overhand. Marco caught him with the check hook on the way out. Gino attacking that body though. A little bit of a stumble there. Trip, tied up the feet.
Swinging for it all. I mean, and in that sense, Gino's a shot.
Oh, that was a good body shot by Gino.
Gino changing levels, trying to take everything home with the overhand. That right hand stunned Marcos.
Marcos is a dog, man. He's
super tough.
coming.
Now, if you're Steve Paprocki in the blue corner with Marcos Rodriguez, what are you offering him right now in between this first and second round?
I'm telling him to keep his guard tight. You have Gino's coming in and he's trying to set him up with body shots and overhands. Keeping that posture tight, start doing more lifting punches. You know, he found a couple success leading up with that lead uppercut, I believe. but he needs to keep that guard up high because Gino's throwing hard shots.
Certainly, and again, it's always interesting to see the difference of approaches in the corner work. You have Marcos staying on his feet, whereas Gino choosing to take the stool.
Yeah.
They both were getting after it in that first round. Let's see how Gino responds in the second round. Because he definitely wants to finish this fight.
Pace yourself, G. Work behind that.
Goes that overhand once again.
Marcos blinking it out.
Marcos catching him with that check hook, though.
He is.
His timing's a little bit off, but if he can find timing with that check hook,
Gino slightly
it's gonna
dropping
make
his
him,
right hand
Gino,
when he
yes.
throws the left.
That's gonna make Gino rethink coming in like that. He's picking it up though. Marco's picking up that check hook. I think Gino needs to mix it up a little bit more. He's throwing a lot of the same combo kind of over and over. And at first it's landing, but now Marco's starting to pick up on it.
He's picking up the pattern a little bit, but
Yeah.
Gino has been going to the body a decent amount. Will that start to impact the guard from where Marcos is? We do see that left hand really low by the hip line.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, got him thinking about it for sure now.
Relax and work behind your jab.
Which is what Gino wants, because now that opens up that right hand, that overhand that he was landing.
Gino's a little bit tired, shaking his arms. Good work going to the body there for Shvedov. If Shvedov wants to open that headshot back up, he needs to continue to go to the body. Keep on putting water in the basement.
I want Gino to breathe too. It looks like he's holding his
lighting up
breath
on it.
again. Yeah, he's biting down on that mouthpiece and not really breathing. You know, if you don't get him out of here in those first few rounds, after those hard last rounds are going to be tough. Holding your breath.
Use your jab. There you go. Use your jab.
Gino leaning a little bit with that jab. Find his feet, put him underneath him. Marco moving very well. He just needs to use his movement to set up his
Ooh, that
offense.
left hand right there, that caught him.
Yeah,
attention.
caught
That
him
hurt.
again. Caught him again. Marco backing up with his chin up. Just to address that, especially with Gino throwing that overhand when he's going backwards. Maybe
That's what Gino
stunned
needs
him
to
a
keep
little
on
bit
doing,
right
though.
there.
Keep on going to the body and then finishing up top. That's where Gino's going to continue to find success. Short time in the round. That body shot hurt Marcos. God, he's tough.
Jeez. And Gino's thinking what he has to do to put this guy out. Marco's a dog, man. He is a dog.
Through 2 rounds of action at home, folks. How do you have it? You can let me know on social media at Comments from the Peanut Gallery on Instagram or Threads, or you could reach out to Georgie at george.martinez.188.
Yes, sir.
The fatigue factor is something to keep an eye on in this fight as it continues to go forward.
Yeah,
Marcos
I agree.
was hurt in that round, but Gino did start to get a little tired.
Yes, and I'm telling you that concept of biting down and not really breathing with his punches could play a factor later on in this fight.
Especially when you're throwing that hard.
Yes.
Use your jab. Use your jab, dude. Use your fucking jab.
Gino's shaking his arms out, starting around. Marcos pumping the jab to start.
Thank you. Stay with the jab. Stay with the jab. Use the jab.
Stiff jabs from the Russian concussion.
Use the jab. There you go.
combination with a big uppercut in the exchange landing for Shvedov.
Let's go, Mohawk guys! G, go back to your cell! What a dog!
Big left hand from Shvedov lands.
Huge combination by Gino. Marco still trying to push forward, but Gino keeping him on the corner, trying to find a finish on this fight.
Gino smells it.
But again, we talk about is he tiring himself out by throwing all these power shots. Oh, good shot there by Gino.
That's a big scoring sequence for Shvedov. Referee Belay is right in the way of it, and he calls the fight off. It is all over. Gino, the Russian concussion, Shvedov. Victory by standing TKO here in the third round at Airtight Boxing. What a finish to that fight. What a tremendous way to wrap up the night there for us here at Airtight Rapid Fire. Guys, this has been a great night of boxing here at the Eclipse Event Center here over off of Sheridan in Denver, Colorado. We greatly appreciate your support of local combat sports. Your support allows us to be able to continue to do what we do by putting on these events. Thank you for tuning in from home. For those who are here in attendance and going to be watching this back later on, thank you for being here tonight. I want to say thank you to the CJJC Media crew for giving us the opportunity to up our quality of a broadcast with every single show. Our production staff has done a tremendous job in being able to level up the game. And I want to say thank you to my broadcast partner here, George the Buzzsaw Martinez.
Thank you guys, this was fun. Like I said, I'm usually in the back doing the turntables and stuff, but this is a good experience. I got covered in blood today and I wasn't even fighting, so always love that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We will have the official readout for the ruling from our in-ring announcer, and just want to say thank you all so much for joining us along. That wraps it up for us here at Airtight Boxing Rapid Fire on the broadcast.